We have arrived.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, studying everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow, it's off the hip, yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, studying everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow, it's off the hip, yeah. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters.
Saturday night main event.
Live from New York City, it's Saturday night.
Oh, I love it. But no further ado, man, let's get into it.
There was a little bit of aftermath after the show had concluded, and the internet was a wildfire. Man!
I got it right here, right now for you folks. No gimmicks, just content for y'all. Let's get it. We're going to show y'all right now what happened right after Saturday night main event.
So,
Kevin Owens with the title. Who's that?
here comes the king.
Yep.
World star.
Yeah. Ooh, what a moment, chat. Did y'all get to see this, chat? I know y'all probably just pouring in, rolling through. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just kick it back a little bit as we talk.
Talk to
Wow.
him.
Wow. What a special. What a television special. Network special on NBC, on Peacock, WWE Saturday Night Main Event. This had such a different feel to it. Felt like a baby PLE, but no disrespect to what I just said. It felt very much like a PLE, but within the 2 hour parameters. Like we in the 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? A normal PLE would run what, 3? This had a PLE feel to it.
I got some vibes to an old Triple H classic that some of you may know him as takeovers. Now, for those of you that may not have got wind of it yet, once they went off the air, Cody got laid the fuck out.
Man.
Package power driver, dome to canvas.
Planted him, spiked him right on his noggin, right on the top of his head. Kevin Owens walks away with the championship. Now I know I'm clickbaiting a little bit here, y'all. You know, Kevin Owens did not win the championship. Cody is still our undisputed Universal Champion. Winged Eagle, in effect. If you didn't notice, chat, let's not skip over the fact. Look at the Winged Eagle right there.
No. Go. Give him the full view of it. Show him that little picture we got lined up for him.
Yeah, we gotta tune that one up for him real quick. Hold on, y'all.
We were privileged to see the return of everyone's favorite belt, the coveted, the legendary, the one and only Winged Eagle.
Look at it right here.
Ooh, that's a beautiful belt.
Ooh, wee.
Mm-mm-mm.
And many of us had speculation that this was going to be revealed this evening, and it did not disappoint. Anybody that was, I went live on TikTok and had a few reactions. There was a few people that they're not a fan of the nostalgia. I don't know their age range or whatever the case is, but for somebody like me that grew up in the 90s, Stone Cold Steve Austin was the last person to hold this championship before unveiling the Big Eagle. Like, this meant a lot for my childhood right here. I've watched Shawn, HBK, and Bret Hart fight over this championship. We've seen a lot of legends fight over this championship. One of my favorites, like I mentioned, Austin was the last one to hold it. Kevin Owens fought Austin at WrestleMania. Like, there's so much history surrounding that championship. Cody, Dusty, his dad, like, it was just beautiful to see that. And for one night and one night only, I damn sure appreciated it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I loved every moment of it.
But this image right here, just Kevin Owens taking a bow, Triple H walking right behind him.
Man. And he just
NBC, bless your hearts, you may be short on time. If you guys do something like this come January 25th in San Antonio, I expect some like Moses to be on the air.
oof. I've never seen, and this is like I was just telling you before we got on air. This is great work by Trips because he, going through the health issues, and he's still putting himself in a
Okay, he
position
hasn't
to.
been active in what since Australia, where he tore his pec against the Brothers of Destruction. Was it Australia?
This is the most physical, and maybe what the
Oh,
Rock
it was a
getting
Saudi show.
in his face. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when he taught, yeah, and
Where
then the
Shawn Michaels
Rock,
too old for the shit.
man, yeah, that Brothers of Destruction versus DX match, man,
That might have been his last match, I think.
I think so. It just this moment felt so real. Like, I'm gonna just play it back once again. Like the way that Triple H went and just smacked his arm, and like we've seen superstars do these kind of antics, and you don't really see management come out and it's reached that line. Like you're hurting my guys. You put Randy on the shelf. You attempting to do the same thing to my undisputed Universal Champion Cody, one of my young guns.
But
I'm
also,
gonna jump. Go ahead before I
but
jump.
but
Go ahead,
but
baby.
but
Woo.
again, he ain't the only one that's acting like this. We've seen Drew McIntyre get chest to chest with the likes of Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce. We've seen Randy Orton drop Adam Pearce with a couple RKO's in recent memory. I'm loving the fact that the managers, the powers that be, who are former wrestlers, respectfully, are getting this look and feel because it's bringing out that suspension of disbelief.
hmm And I just want to jump out and say that I feel I could be wrong, but I think there's some kind of formation here going on. Evolution, maybe a legacy, maybe. I think there's gonna be a group, a faction, a family of some sort formulating between Triple H, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes. I don't know where it goes, but I feel like them three are gonna come together and maybe turn things on upside down. It's been a while too since we've seen. It's been a while too since we've seen a heel
My
Triple
man,
H. KO got robbed. It's been a while too
he
since
has
we've seen it.
risen.
Welcome in, Snakes. Welcome in.
Welcome home.
Yeah,
I'm on that Boston Richie. Yeah. Well, what's up, man? Baby, can you help me? Yeah, I had to come up with that energy. What's up,
yeah.
man? Pardon my camera. I dropped this shit too many times. I look
You all
crazy.
good. It
Look, my
adds
shit
that
look a
adds to your
little.
mystique.
Okay, okay. What's up, man? How y'all brothers
Man,
doing? Man? I
Yeah,
miss y'all brothers,
long
man.
time.
did
I
you
miss y'all
see
brothers.
Snake, my
Yeah,
brother? Did you
yeah.
see? First off, we
You
miss
see
Mm-hmm.
you. We
this.
love to have you here. We was just talking. Just I wanted to bring you up to what we was talking about. That's all. But we miss you. We love to have you here. How you been, bro? I know it's a
That's
lot
I've
going
been,
on, man.
yeah, yeah, you know, like obviously, you know, I chop it up with y'all brothers, but for the most part, bro, I feel good today. Good Saturday, man. Good to be here with you brothers, man. I had to check in. I've been a little,
Hell yeah.
I put in too many PTOs, man. I ain't got no more PTOs, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But nah, that Kevin Owens and Triple H segment that I just seen online that circulated is crazy. That shit, listen, man. I don't know if they like each other or not. Like, what the fuck are the niggas really for the strap? Like, that nigga Triple H is leave Triple H alone, man. Niggas say he can't get in that ring, man. That nigga a
You got a
pedigree or
pacemaker,
something.
damn it.
Leave Triple H alone. Kevin, who you think you talking to? Like, this is the game. Like, understand who you dealing with, brother. I know you in your bag, but that's the game.
He's still
So
that dude.
he's still that dude, bro. But like, man, I do feel like Kevin Owens was robbed tonight. I do.
How you
And
felt
I had to
about like? That was the moment for me in the night. Little Nate counting outside the ring like that, man. Like, do you feel like that was the right way to like the last imagery for the night for this Saturday night main event? How the event went so well, in the last few moments that we see to send us off. Charles
Right.
Robinson holding on to the from the outside, the struggle count.
I think a lot of people expected Kevin Owens to win. Truthfully, I think a lot of people wanted Kevin Owens to win tonight, and when they seen it go down the way it went, it was just like, really, you gotta continue. So Cody Rhodes is still the champion. Um, I love what Kevin Owens is doing lately, bro. I love the energy Kevin Owens has been on. So I want to know what they're gonna do from here. Where they gonna go from here with KO?
Well,
I
I was
love
just,
the wing title, by the way. Wing title was beautiful. We've been calling for it. They brought it out. Is
That's
this
a
a 1 day
classic
thing?
feel right there.
yeah.
What- So wait, okay. So they put this on Cody for why? Why do this to the people when you know the people are going? Now when you bring that other belt back, niggas are like, bro, we don't want this, man. Where's the wing shit? Like, bring that wing shit back. That wing shit looked beautiful. That was a beautiful title. I ain't gonna lie. Cody, you a spoiled brother coming from back in AEW over here. And I just want to say that, like, you got a whole rollout. Niggas rolled you out the carpet. Everybody over here wrestle got to work. LA Knight just got a belt. Niggas been busting their ass. You come back, leave, come back. You got all this shit. Like, you got a bus. Like, you got a dog. Like, come on, Cody, man. Like, what else you need, brother?
Leave Pharaoh out of this. He's getting old.
Man, I'm just saying, like, they done gave Cody every goddamn thing. He the first one to win ring title back. Like,
He got a vodka sponsorship.
Let me ask
yeah,
y'all a
man.
question. Since they did this for Cody, there's another Saturday night main event coming up. Would y'all like to
You know what I'm
see?
finna do? Hold on. I'm gonna cut your wisdom. I'm finna switch devices because my other device is better than this one I'm on. So I'm gonna
Do you
switch
think,
devices
brother?
so I can be more clear for the people. My
All
bad,
right, bet.
HD. Hold on,
No, you good.
I'll be right
I'll
back.
ask it when you come
One
back.
second. One
Yup. All
second.
right, bet. Yeah, cause I'm thinking, what if they bring back the WCW? Well, it wouldn't fit for
With the big
Saturday
gold
night,
belt?
but it wouldn't fit for Saturday night main event, would it? It wouldn't. So it would just have to be, yeah.
I would much rather. Actually, since you mentioned that, NXT does a lot of the old WCW events. I'd be very curious to see how they infuse the NXT Championship or one of them to resemble somewhat of the big gold belt. That might be an idea there. You might have something there.
Yeah, 'cause
Because if
I'm
you think
thinking if
about
they
it,
did it for
the
Cody,
tag
like,
belts kind of look like a miniaturized big gold belt.
yeah, like, what if, let's say Braun Breaker is on the next Saturday night main event defending his championship? Do we bring back a classic Intercontinental Championship for him for one night with Ricky the Dragon or whoever was one of the greats in the
What color is the
building?
strap of the belt right now? Is it black
Black strap.
with the white back on it, or the powder blue?
Mm,
Preferably the powder blue.
Yeah,
mm.
there we
So
go.
yeah, Snake,
Woo!
I'm gonna
Crispy.
ask, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask the question again. Since they bring back a retro title for Cody tonight, they
Yeah.
are having another Saturday night main event. Let's say if Braun Breaker is on the card for the next one, should they bring back a retro Intercontinental for him? Change the strap color?
Nah. We've been calling for the heavyweight, the wing shit. I
So
don't
real
think
quick, you would want to see the
we've
old.
seen the white. We've seen the white intercontinental. We seen Miz do that. We seen different versions of it. What version we want to see? The yellow one, the shit with the yellow strap.
That's the
Again, if
Ultimate
That
you want
one was
that
Warrior
old,
fire.
version, right?
Yeah, that one is fire. I ain't gonna lie, that one is dope. But all right, so explain to me with the Saturday night shit. I thought this was gonna be every Saturday. It's not every Saturday.
Nah.
So this next one is the weekend before the Rumble.
Weekend before the Rumble. All right, so when they do these, they coming out powerful every time. We're not gonna water this down. When you see Saturday night, you know it's gonna be some shit.
And Jesse will be on the shows. We get in the body.
I just want to say we said this offline. This shit could have potential to be as big as Raw and SmackDown.
Well, I'm
The
not sure if
Two
you saw
five
it
hours.
card,
earlier.
the five match card was smooth.
Just right.
Got right to it. I love this, like the fan interaction coming out, the small little walking through, like niggas grabbing like the barricades, like that feel, like that old feel, like
It was very intimate. Them going down the
More.
rampway, the entranceway, for
The
sure.
WWF logo, the old WWF logo at the top, like
You
the
mentioned that, you know what I
presentation.
like? The heels, when the fans are trying to touch the heels, you see the heels kind of like get off me,
Back up
like
Yeah,
off me.
that's me.
playing right
Yeah,
into
walk
that,
right through them.
that
Walk right through them. Like,
classic,
oh, they
yeah.
feel you. Like, if you touch me, oh, they feel you. Like, yeah.
I
And
loved it. Yeah, that was
the
nice. That was a nice
presentation
touch.
is crazy. Like, I didn't know they was going all out for Saturday night like this. I love that shit today.
And
Shit was
shout out to
dope.
Nassau. Y'all showed out.
That shit was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
So, question raised. I know, like you probably know more about the other main event show that they used to tape. Do they still keep that show, or like we go with the Saturday night main event right here?
What do you mean? I mean,
You
like
know
the
that
WWE main
other,
event?
yeah, that other main event show they
I,
had.
I I think they've since done away with that because that's usually been that's basically what Saturday Night and Velocity were
Cause
type
like
shit.
today, y'all saying 5 matches in 2 hours. This was how a Raw, ever. If you want a Raw and SmackDown on fire every week, this is like the setup. This was banger match after banger match. Everything meant something. There was things on the line for almost every match. So yeah, this was a great
Dave,
setup
I
right here.
understand, right? You create, you not only bring Saturday night events, but you also create history at the same time with
Hmm.
unforgettable Saturday night. You're never gonna forget this first one. Chelsea Gray, her moment. This is her moment. Like you talk about her history, her career, like Saturday night, like that's when I won. You know what I'm saying? Like so, that was
7 years to the
fire.
day of her first North American major championship.
Yeah,
Mm.
no, that was dope. Chelsea Gray worked her ass off to get to that moment. I ain't gonna lie. And shout out to Michon because Michon, we was talking about her. Michon was cooking all year, cooking
Well, I mean,
all year. She
before we
deserved to
went
be
live,
in.
me and
It's
Ish were
crazy,
talking.
right? How yo, when we was watching all PLE stuff going on and whatever, I never seen like how they smoothly just put these two ladies together in that match for a title. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they both deserved that shit. That was ill. I ain't gonna lie, that was dope.
So before me and Ish went on the air, we were just thinking about, or I brought the fact that like since maybe SummerSlam,
Mhm.
Chelsea's stock has just been through the roof.
I think it's that money in the bank when she put her
Mhm.
body on the line.
Ever
She,
since then, like that's when folks that started just tipping their cats like, hey, all right,
she took that
you
spot.
really
And
that
it's
girl.
like,
Like,
okay, we see what's up.
we
You
were
really
not
the
familiar
real.
with your game.
Because when I seen her do that shit, I was like, oh, nah, they owe her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she, you feel me? You got to reward at some point. You know what I'm saying? You got to reward that. She had a hell of a performance, even though she didn't win, but she was the talk of that match.
I'm
So
not gonna lie too. After like she was on Piper Niven's shoulders, I felt like looking at Chelsea Green. She was money, but she was instantly more money. Like there was already the superstardom is there now. You giving her a singles championship, not just like a, she's had the tag team belt with somebody else, with Piper and with Sonya Deville, but this is a singles like
Spotlight's on
now
her.
the
they gonna
spotlight is
add value
on
to
her.
Piper too, because it's like she's the enforcer. It's going, you know what I mean? She's gonna become dominant too in a sense, just being that guard for her. You know what I mean? So now that's dope.
And with that, I got to throw a little low blow to the opposition. Mercedes, take notes. This is how it's done right here.
Now I
Who?
could be wrong. Mercedes, who? I feel like this
Exactly.
was this was a good way to display
Call me when
both
you
Raw
hear
and
from Sasha
SmackDown.
Banks.
That girl's long gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I
You
don't
wouldn't
know
want to see her
Mercedes.
back, Sasha Banks,
Sasha.
in this landscape.
Yeah, Sasha, not Mercedes. I don't know who Mercedes is.
Oh, and
Who
I
is
It
want
that?
to pick
depends
your
on where
mind
her
since
headspace is.
I know
since
Snoop niece. I don't know this Tony Khan's. I don't know this. I know Snoop's family. I don't.
I love
I
it.
don't even watch these matches. Like, huh?
since
Like
it's kind
what?
of fresh too, and we didn't get to speak about it. I wanted to get your thoughts, Snakes, on
Hmm?
Naomi teaming up with Bianca now, replacing Jay. How you feel about that?
The best. And that's a nice smooth move to do just for now. You know what I mean? We gotta make it too difficult. We gonna think too hard. They all the team. It's like the Tom and the tongue is. You know what I mean? Like the Jacobs with the belt go to Tom. You know what I mean? It's like it just makes sense. Smooth wooty woo. Nah, shout out to Naomi. If you're gonna put a singles title on her or at least give her, I mean, give her some time to shine, be a tag champ with Bianca. It's dope.
Well, I want to ask you this question, Snake, since you've been gone for a minute. Who you think took out Jade?
Good question. They did Jade bad.
The light of
They did Jay dirty. Who took out Jade? That's a good question. Man, I don't know. If you gonna say like one of them took out Jade, that's crazy. If your theory is Naomi did that, that's crazy.
My theory is Charlotte.
Charlotte,
You
I'm
see,
trying to
I
think.
I
Who
had
really
thought it
got
was
Charlotte to
Oscar
Jade?
before Damage Control started becoming more face. So now I feel like my Oscar theory is a bit flawed.
No. I'm trying to think, bro. Who the fuck could that
You
shit
don't think
be?
Bianca could be a viable option?
This could be a return like situation. I won't be surprised. Like this is somebody like, but then again, like who really don't like Jay like that right now?
Again, her and
That'd
Charlotte
be
has
wild
that,
if
that
it's
awkward eye
Bianca. That'd
contact.
be wild if it's Bianca that did that shit. That'd be insane. But that, how could that work, right? That was happening during the match, right?
It'd be wild
It
if
was before
Naomi
the
did
match.
it too.
Wait, so this was before that match?
She got let out. She got let out before the match.
Oh, wait, we gotta
Cause
hear
she,
from Jay. She knows.
yeah,
She seen
And
who ran
they
up
put
on
her
her.
through the hood of a car and all that. Snake, they threw her on top of a car. It was bad.
Right, so the small details, right? Through a car. Who the fuck got strength to do that to Jay?
That's what I
again,
was
it,
wondering.
That was somebody that's not playing.
again could have been Bianca, could have been a Charlotte, because they're equally as strong. Um, you can easily rule out Raquel or Rhea because they got their own shit on the other show.
What about the girl from NXT?
Which one?
Lash.
You might have something there.
That's one I haven't thought about. In fact, she is strong enough to do it too.
Was people end up gravitating to her and that girl when they came over and did they few matches on the big stage?
Lash has been cooking on SmackDown.
Could have
Who
been.
when Lash and Jay had that match? Who did what to him in that match? Then Jay who put who threw that shit in that match? No when the girls was in that match. Then Jay the one that was something to that girl.
Oh,
Lash
I
in that
think
match.
Lasher
Legend went through the
or
ladder,
Jakara.
right?
From
Yeah.
who? From who? That was EOS. No, that was
Yeah.
not EOS.
I'm also it was Damage Control. Either her or Kyrie.
Somebody took an ill spot. I don't know who did that the last, but I would say probably her. When you think
That'd
about
be a
like
good
the
one.
car and all that, like that's crazy. Like I don't think nobody small could do that to her like that. That's somebody that really woke them on and really did damage to her.
Right.
I'm gonna say last for NXT. That's like an NXT person coming over or something.
Mm.
But also, how you feel about WWE bringing out the transfer portal?
They were talking about that like there's gonna be a lot of switches and so and there's a lot of them girls over there at NXT, bro. There's a lot. They have a lot on that roster. There's a lot. You have to start moving people around. You have to at some point.
I'm not gonna lie too. It feels like everything is moving so fast right now, leading into like now that we here going to January 6th, like we at December 14th. Like what is
Yo,
that?
A
Less
month
than
half
2
over
weeks away,
already.
bro. And just
remember
in
when
2
Netflix wasn't
weeks,
even a
bro.
thing? It wasn't even a thing. Like now
And
that
now
shit.
it's a couple weeks away.
Couple weeks away, bro. And you
What do you think
starting to
about how
see.
Netflix? Go ahead, bro. My fault.
No, no, I was just gonna say you starting to see the effects of that. People being moved around, and now the Roman is announcing him and Solo Sikoa on January 6th on Raw.
Oh yeah.
This card is gonna be stupid.
Let's get
Like
into that.
way
Since we
Jake
didn't get a chance to
Paul
do a
and
show
Mike Tyson.
yesterday.
When Netflix presented Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, they first event. That shit was butter. That shit was smooth. It was no glitching, nothing. That shit was icy. You talking about Raw? First Netflix deal?
They gonna break the internet.
Travis Scott,
Roman
Travis
versus
Scott
Solo?
performing.
This might be an
Roman
entrance.
Solo.
Somebody might be coming. Somebody's coming. It's gonna be somebody making a debut. This ain't gonna be somebody's making a debut that night. He could lay. Somebody's coming on that night of tribal combat. Somebody will be making their entry into this situation. The Rock. Somebody will be there. Like
Then where
that's a
does Drew McIntyre fit in all of this? He's been attacking the
that nigga,
Bloodline
that
members.
nigga Drew is on bullshit right now, bro. There's a few cats. There's a few cats that been on bullshit timing right now.
Well,
Like that I
like
fucking
you told Jay beginning of the year, anyone that's affiliated with the bloodline in any way, shape, or form, it's on site.
yeah. Hold on. Did we see what happened last Friday
So
with Drew?
yesterday,
Yeah,
Yeah, what happened
yesterday.
yesterday?
so as far as the Drew stuff, he slept the fuck out of Jay Uso or Jim Uso.
All right,
Just
see, I hate the internet. I hate the internet.
why?
They spoiled it for me already. I already see some shit I wasn't supposed to see for next week. I seen it. That's crazy. And I thought there was some shit that happened yesterday because I missed most of SmackDown yesterday. So I thought that happened yesterday because it said 20 hours ago on this fucking video. But these niggas spoil you next week already for me.
Yeah, because
But
he
you,
took out Jay. He allegedly took out Jay on Monday.
I
He
want to hear the
then
spoiler.
yeah.
go.
Jimmy's going to crack when they in the ring, the bloodline and solo on them. Jimmy's going to come and crack Drew over the side of the head with a crutch, with his crutch. He's going to beat the shit out of him with the crutch into the crowd. That's a spoiler. Drew's going to be in the ring with Solo and them. I don't know how, what's going on, why Drew talking to them, but Jimmy's going to come out of nowhere and crack that nigga upside the head with the crutch. And Jimmy's
And
going to get his
that's still gonna be a funny
Jimmy gets his
visual.
get back Friday, basically. Like, why does niggas be spoiling shit like that? I hate that pre-taping.
Again,
That
Razor.
should
Yeah,
be a
that's what we
fine. That should
talking
be a
about.
fine.
Pre-tape.
That should be a fine. That should not be legal. Nah,
Nah, I
for
mean, I
real.
spoke about this though. Don't nobody go to a pre-screening of a movie and come out and lay out the spoilers on Twitter, man. You don't go to pre-screenings and are allowed to spoil you things.
I just bought tickets for this show Friday, and I already seen it. I bought front row tickets. I spent 100,000. I already seen the show. Like, come on. What about those people that bought tickets to see a fresh show? Don't know what's gonna happen. Want to be entertained, and they're ready to go online, and you seen the whole damn Friday taping. Like, come on, man. They gotta stop doing that. But I did peep that little part with Jimmy. I thought that was yesterday.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
so Jimmy got laid out yesterday
right.
after Jimmy cut a very emphatic promo, probably one of his better ones in a long time. Uh, Drew comes out. I guess all this is kind of just walking him down, just talking him down, further teasing them two gonna throw down. Hopefully,
We were asking for all this to get in that ring for since he came.
Hmm.
hmm again, if y'all haven't seen Nick Aldis, either watch his match with Cody at NWA 20th anniversary or whatever it was a few years ago, or just watch his stuff in TNA back in the day. He
I'm
was
looking
money.
both of Roy Rumble.
Look with what we could be seeing February 1st at the Rumble.
I can see
There,
Michael Cole. This is the GM. This is the general manager of Raw. Nick Aldis. Like I can see him
that
coming
might
out.
be Pat McAfee just going off on that.
Nah, for real though. Nah, Nick
Pat
Aldis.
McAfee.
but
Look,
but
Razor
but
that
Rumble.
was on the
again,
show
with
tonight.
the amount
No,
of names that
Pat McAfee better not be no poor Rumble entry. You're not
nah,
doing that. That's ridiculous.
commentary is fine.
Stop disrespecting wrestlers with that. Stop disrespecting superstars with that.
But with all the plausible names in the Rumble, I don't think 30 is enough anymore. Just with all this how star started this year's could be or next year's.
All right, so there's been a few times. I've missed a few shows. Let me just give you updates of Darius. This tribal combat shit that's about to happen with Solo and Roman. Paul Heyman, I'll ask you, brother. Something about you, man. I don't know. Something different about you, Paul.
CM Punk is owed a favor.
When you came out and made your return, you had on the same outfit that Solo had on, all black with the red inside. Bloodline don't wear that color. They don't wear their shit like that,
You use it in a nice suit.
right? CM Punk came back to get revenge for you for what they did to you. Roman didn't come back to help you. You did everything for him. The job was complete. They beat them with CM Punk's help. Now, the favor. Paul chooses Punk over Roman in a situation.
You don't think he could be being a double agent for The Rock?
Solo's a
I think
Solo's the MVP. If it's just basketball, we had odds of who wrestlers is like MVP of the year. Solo is like the fourth pick. Like Solo's like the fourth on the list. Solo's the Cole is the MVP candidate this year's season. I'm complaining. Niggas don't be giving my boy Solo enough credit. He been killing it. He been killing it.
Easily one of the better promos on the entire roster.
He the last nigga to pin Roman.
That he is,
Fact,
and pinned him clean.
facts.
now, do you feel like The Rock is gonna come back on Netflix Day, January 6th?
Oh, you know he's gonna be there.
I think that's what we really getting the balls rolling because things get murky. The Rock beat CM Punk for the championship back at Royal Rumble when it was once in a lifetime.
Yep.
So I don't know, like Paul Heyman is the real variable too, like you saying, which way he's gonna sway. I think the favor, if CM Punk can't get a WrestleMania main event match, that might be the favor, or one of like a version of the favor. Like, but I think it's either gonna be the heavyweight championship match or a main event match.
Well,
I
he
just
he
hope,
teased he
man.
wants Cody
I
after
don't know.
Survivor Series.
What if his favor is maybe when Roman gets his title back? That's the favor. I need that title shot
Could be.
from Roman because for some reason, as much as I love Cody Rhodes, but it's like every title has a reign and it comes to the end. Like we didn't
Yeah,
see Damian Priest losing. We didn't see you know what I mean. We didn't see title change hands. We just seen other people lose their titles. The Machine Guns and them lost their titles. Like everybody lose titles. Cody has been having this shit for a little minute. It ain't even really been impressive. I'm gonna be real. Like
it hasn't been a
his
memorable run.
matches, his matches ain't been crazy like that. It's just like I think his best match might have been that rope shit. What was that rope shit he did? Like,
I'd probably say his best match was probably the cage match with Solo.
And that was on the Raw, right?
Yeah,
on the Raw network. Like it's time for him to let that belt up. It's time.
The
I
most
feel terrible
important
for
thing
doing
he's
this.
done in that story was get back with the bloodline and Roman Reigns.
and Roman carried that.
I think they intentionally took him away from it for now. Like I think they thought for the pulse of the people, it was like, all right, let's pull Cody back from this whole situation. You know what I mean? We put him in that 2-on-2, whatever, whoopie woo. That shit connected for like Seth story. You know what I mean?
Let
Like,
me
you
ask
know,
y'all
and
something.
that.
Why they don't
Cody
let
ain't really got a
Randy beat
place right
Cody?
now.
Yeah, why they don't let Randy beat Cody? Like
What
I
if
was
John Cena?
mentioning this, I was mentioning
If
this
John Cena
Snakes
come
and
back and beat
Razor.
Cody.
They letting Cody defeat all the top players, like all the real beasts. Like, all right, he beat Brock Lesnar, he's beat Roman, he even snuck one off on Gunther. Like, we got him defeating the top. You know what I'm saying?
He could
You
just
gave
beat.
AJ Styles the worst match of his career. AJ don't ever miss.
Right, even AJ quit in the corner. Like, come on, that's the match I was talking about. That
That
match.
was a
That was
friendship.
a cool match.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that whole oh no, quit like on the chair. Like, come on, did my nigga AJ been that? That was when we was just trying to make Cody look like something. Like, come on, man. AJ took that for the team, but he didn't deserve that. AJ Styles didn't deserve that. That's a phenomenal one. Y'all crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
TNA.
Like the way he's been
Y'all
winning
crazy
certain
doing that to
matches
AJ
is like
Styles. But I think Solo Sikoa could be up. It could be his turn.
Mhm.
You know, he's put on a whole. At the end of the day, he's at the helm of like being the veterans, so to speak, for Jacob and Tom and them coming into the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? Him showing them the way, like him being the leader for them niggas. They all men. Them niggas is powerful, but I'm saying like them jumping right into the mix, like right into the heaviness of this shit. Like ain't no starter kid. Like they right into the big story. Like. Solo been cooking. He should get rewarded.
Mm.
He should be rewarded. Like Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, 2025.
You
Solo
you ain't been
Sikoa,
on in
Royal
a little
Rumble.
while,
What if Solo
right?
Sikoa win the Royal Rumble, huh?
I said that we ain't have you on in a little while. Shinsuke took the belt from LA Knight, right? I think maybe if they weren't gonna give Solo the heavyweight belt, maybe he could have went and got that United States Championship. Since they already had the Bloodline capture the tag team belts at that time period, they had the Tongas with the tag belts, and they had Solo fighting for the heavyweight belt, and they didn't let him win it. So I'm like, maybe you let him capture, or even Jacob capture the United States belt. What's your thoughts on that?
Nah, not
That's a
that.
little lower for them.
Not low, but it's like they heavyweights, bro. They with the big dogs, like respectfully. And not for nothing, I thought Shinsuke was gonna join them niggas for a second. I would have
Mm.
loved that. Oh my god, it
Oh,
was
that
the
little
perfect.
stare down he had when he bowed out of the ring.
Oh man, with the all black, I'm like these niggas all fit, they match. Like I thought it was gonna be one of those like nah, like fuck with us. Like he's gonna do that to Shinsuke. He'll be like walk up with them. It'd have been over. It would have been nothing niggas could do with them. I'm clean. Roman and but none of y'all was Shinsuke, Bronson, Jacob, Tama, Solo. Like yeah, they got a squad. The
Tama
niggas
and
would have been
Shinsuke go
dead.
way back.
A
Don't
bunch
be
of
mad at that.
goons, bro. Like a bunch of goons, bro. And it gave Shinsuke a snake like a low chief. Let Shinsuke slide. You
Yeah,
might owe
that's
them
how I
for that.
felt
You know,
about it.
Shinsuke might pay them a favor for that. I got y'all. Like I feel that. Like y'all let me go. Y'all ain't put hands on me. Like I bet.
Cause they
I
watched
Ain't the
got
soul.
everybody that night. They got rid of what was it? Andrade, L.A.
Solo
Knight.
smart. Solo like
Carlos.
nah, I'm touch him. You need
Yeah,
that
it was
nigga at
like
one
yeah.
point. Like word. Like might need that miss. Like word. Like but nah, that'd have been fire if Shinsuke would have joined the bloodline, the new bloodline, like on some NWO shit. Not to say that, but I would love it to go in that. Like if the story took a turn like that, like everybody just start joining niggas and they just start beating up
So
everybody.
it like maybe
Like
because Bronson Reed got hurt, do we need somebody to not need the bloodline don't need anybody, but just to have some fun with it, replace Bronson Reed with maybe a Drew McIntyre now at this point, Shinsuke a prospect. Like you see
hit
they
the
making
cat to Bronson
alliances with other
Reed.
heels.
He turned the
Yeah.
story to another level when he joined though. I'm gonna be real. Him and that shit was fire. Him and the War Games match was fire.
Him with
He
this.
took the risk for the team, jumping off the real original only Tribal G Rumble will face the fake team of Tribal Chief Solo at Raw Netflix debut. That's a fact. I'm rocking with the team. I ain't gonna lie, I might
Amethyst
have
never
team.
misses.
I'm rocking with Solo. Like Roman, you gotta show me something. I fuck with Roman, but right now, Roman, you gotta show me something, Roy. Like
Solo outfit been cold. The all black. That shit really like. I hate to take it down the comic book route, but he really giving me like that Venom vibe right now. Like lost that
Look,
all black is.
my
I
boy
want
Mike Skills is on 93 right now too overall. He's going up. Nigga, Mike Skills is going up. I'm gonna be real.
where Amethyst. We couldn't have that. Like we said, I didn't want Roman versus Solo at WrestleMania. I wasn't going for that. Now I don't like.
Yeah.
I couldn't have. Yeah, this is
well,
right time. I like it. It's exciting. It's giving me a new president to look forward to. Like, I really feel like, and I know better. It's not gonna be a banger every week. Like, we need to slow. It's gonna be slow down period, but it's giving us off the gate. You don't know what they expect. This can't get crazy on Netflix. We can't give y'all big
Oh,
money
let's
matches
forget. This
right
is
now.
blood. This is all that shit, right? We going back to the
will we
era,
see
right?
blood on January 6th?
Absolutely. You got to. We did take it there. We need
Facts,
to take it
Amethyst. Word. We didn't want that. Nah. Remember
there.
we was talking
Will
about
we
that
get
on the
some
other
title?
room.
Will we get some title changes on Netflix debut?
I think
Wait, the
Gunther.
intercontinental females might be on that day, right? They might put that on
Finals
that
should
day,
be
right?
around that time.
They should add that, just like they did the U.S. for this. They should put the intercontinental on that day. That'd be a great day to give them that look. Thanks
Call
for
me
that.
crazy, but so of course January 6th will be now. HF, we touched on this for the last few weeks. January 6th will be the countdown to John Cena's retirement. Do we see a world in which maybe
John
Cena
Cena
beats
will
Cody
be
for the belt?
in the building. John Cena, everybody will be in the building. CM Punk, everybody will be there. Like this is Netflix. They want the big dogs.
But again, this is the countdown to his retirement. We're only getting 40 dates. of John Cena.
Is there
The
anything
last time,
Cena hasn't done?
Is it
last
what?
time Cena didn't Cena jump into bloodline business last time he was here.
Hmm.
In the very early stages, yes.
Even at WrestleMania, he popped out.
The main event is Roman Reigns versus Solo,
That's got to be the main event.
right?
That has to be the main event
Who knows? Rock comes, Cena comes. He's bad.
because both of them have been advertised for to be there.
CM Punk comes. Paul Heyman comes. This shit is crazy. Netflix debut. Whoa, what's going on?
They're gonna
Triple H in
make
the
a
back.
statement.
Yeah, I thought we was playing. We not playing. Like I expect something crazy. I expect some wild shit that
It's
day.
hard for me to see Cena on a
Allegedly,
title
people are
run.
thinking that that's when we may get Seth versus Punk.
What title though? What title has Cena not got? What title has he not like double
Has
captured?
he has
Like,
he won the IC before?
what about Shinsuke? Him and
That would be
Shinsuke.
crazy though. Him and Braun Breaker.
Him and Braun Breaker program would be stupid. I ain't gonna lie. That put Braun skill on display. You got to really pick that nigga John up and do some wild shit. Like he'd really be like you'd really see Braun in that element. Like the
It's gonna
way
be
Gunther
It's gonna be
did
part two.
Damian Priest too was crazy. That whole segment of him with the power bomb and getting the ring, Gunther different tonight. I ain't gonna lie, he was in a different duffel tonight.
How y'all feel
Or
about that story that's being told that like between him and Damian Priest, there's always some kind of controversy. Then the Finn is in there now, like
I feel that that's a few different stories within
right.
that one match alone.
I feel like like where does Gunther go from here? Like, does Damian still be able to lay that claim? Like, you haven't beat me though, you didn't pin me though. Does
I'm
he go
tired.
out there on Raw
But
and
but
be able to
again,
say that?
We don't need the
yes,
whole
you
year.
put him to sleep. There ain't no more, ain't nothing else. You put him to sleep.
But then that
I don't
defeats
want
the
to.
whole reason of why we even got this match to begin with.
But ain't Finn and Damien got the static?
Yeah,
The only match I
and
want to see
Damian
with
already
Damian
beat him.
Priest next is Damian
Run that
versus
back.
Finn. That's it.
Said,
Finn did that.
say that again, Razor. What you just said?
My bad.
No, you
The
good.
only thing I want to see with Priest is to have that one more time with Finn, and where
Oh,
Finn goes
son.
over.
Right.
Yeah, cause I'm
Run
about to
that
say
back.
Priest beat them with the inclusion of the Judgment Day trying to interfere.
Yeah. Gunther, bro, he's the world heavyweight champ. He needs a real situation right now. You know what I'm saying? He needs a real situation. The next person that pull up on him needs to be like, oh, we want this type time. We need that right now. Shout out to the
Okay,
Damien rollout. Damien rollout was cool.
okay. So
Cool. Giant ring.
January 6th, say you got Cody and Gunther on the show.
Mhm.
Who's getting Cena?
Wait, hold up. You know, like WWE always giving nigga a legend, like
Hmm.
to like, you know what I'm saying? Put a nigga in that legend status. Fuck, like, could this be the Goldberg time? Would Goldberg come and pull up on Gunther?
Nah, because that's a little too soon. You don't want to get that out the way because that
That's
he's gonna
like,
he knowing if it's Goldberg, they'd probably wait for a major show in Atlanta where he's from. Because that one retirement match, he's gonna win.
oh
That's my
shit.
concern. That's my concern with the Goldberg match. That he want to like with the things he's been saying on record. He want to go out on top and win that last match.
Okay, so as far as his final opponent, wherever that may be later in the year, what if he reappears on January 6th, and by that meaning Brock Lesnar, Brock versus Goldberg, or no Brock versus Gunther, January
Oh shit.
6th.
Brock fucking Netflix. Did Brock come back? Oh
Can
shit.
you imagine?
That
Hmm.
music is going to be stupid when you hit. Oh my god. Brock.
Gunther's been wanting him for the last 5 years. That's the whole reason why he moved to the United States from England because he wants that match with Brock.
Bro, Razor, if Brock come back for the Beat Bunter next program, that's going to be insane.
Yeah, that'd be
Now
crazy.
we talk about everything is a hit on wrestling. Everything. Like you gotta watch everything. Like I'm watching that Guns N' Brock program. Definitely. That. I need Brock to pull back up. Like, it's a beautiful time for him to come back.
Mm.
Word. Roy Rumble though was here though, man. Roy Rumble was almost here, man.
Because
I
also
love
then
Roy
again,
Rumble. It's one of my favorite events, man. I always like I saw as a kid, I always just loved the Roy Rumble. Everybody in the ring, like that's just been I always loved the Roy Rumble event, though.
Snake
and
Eyes. One
also
of the things I go ahead, Reggie.
if Brock comes back, I mentioned to you a couple of times a while back that we will get eventually we will get a rematch 20 years in the making between Brock Lesnar and The Rock. They had the one match 20 years ago at SummerSlam where Brock beat him to become the world champion, and they didn't wrestle again after that.
I don't think Rock gonna be involved in nothing but that Roman shit right now. Rock is on some bougie shit. Remember, Rock
And
is
that's
at the
kind of
moment.
what I wanted to ask you right there with The Rock sitting at the head of the TKO table and being able to make decisions. How many times do you think he's gonna let a situation like what happened at WrestleMania 40 happen, which they were going in a direction and they had to pivot because of the fans? Like at some point, I think they gonna pull the plug whether the fans like it or not on the Rock and Roman stuff. And I think Rock gonna take the belt off Cody. I could be wrong with that, but that is set up for Roman to take that back from the Rock right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would love for that to happen because that means Rock will be up 2-0 over Cody.
So what about Roman get back on Cody?
Roman got to handle his personal stuff before he gets to Cody. So that would mean Rock. That would mean Solo. Yes, it even means Seth Rollins as well. And if
So
he's got
this
to
right
run
here
it,
is for the Anagi Raga. What's that shit called? This
Ulafala.
is for that. Yeah, this gotta be for that.
Yeah, no,
Now it's like
Cole said it is.
he's trying to retrieve that now. Like
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he
you know
gets
what
the
I'm saying?
power, then goes after the final boss. Then again, he'll get set back because he'll be back on his bullshit. And he, like I said, if he's got to run it back with Drew and knock out Drew one more time because he put his hands on his family, so be it. Then he might look to Cody, but he's gonna assert dominance on everybody to let Cody know, hey, I'm back. What you gonna do about it?
And you guys saying they're raising with the Rock being up 2-0 on Cody because the Rock could use that as fuel towards Roman. Like, look, you've been having problems with this dude.
He never beat me.
You barely walked out WrestleMania 39. You lost at 40, and I'm over here taking care of business that you should be taking care of, right? So like, I could see it happening where Cody gets pushed on the back of Roman's priority list, especially since he already beat him at 39, and then the 40 shit happened. It's like a 1-1.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Another thing that pissed me off recently, seeing um damn man, this is crazy. It's sad that I'm fucking this up. What's the Wyatts, man? My boy getting
I like
pinned. I
that.
ain't like that.
You didn't
I
like
ain't like
cross checking the L or Bo?
that. Hell no. Mm.
You
Both
didn't
can't
you
get
wasn't you
pinned.
didn't like that.
Nope. Mm-mm.
What you
Cross.
feel? You
Cross
should,
was the guy
obviously you
that
feel like the
do it.
Y6 should have won that. Like,
It didn't have to win, but like both can be the one to lose the match.
mm,
Yeah, I mean, but even
That's
when
what I'm saying.
they've
Like
been
come
in a weird
on.
limbo since they
Cross Terry and Cross beat Bo Wyatt.
Bo Wyatt
but
sound fire. Not gonna lie, that sound fire though. Cause I seen people
I
talking
just
about not
freestyled that too,
nah
gang.
real yeah bro Bo Wyatt sound fire. People been talking about how that wasn't even Uncle Howdy they defeated in the ring, right? I've been seeing
mhm.
little like talks about that.
Mm.
What's that about? Anybody know more about that? Cause
So
I've been
the theory with that is it's almost like with comics like when Venom when the symbiote comes out when it goes back in and it's just Eddie Brock. It's kind of one of those things where the spirit of Uncle Howdy went dormant and Bo was left there kind of like confused with what's going on and then takes the loss. So it's
I
like
used to
Bo
say
and
fuck
Uncle
with
Howdy are at
Jerry.
odds with
I
each
like
other.
that. That makes it a little better for me. That I like that. I like that. I didn't think about it like that.
So
And I,
again, come Netflix, we may see
I
almost
like
like
that.
maybe a cinematic match between Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas, and then where Uncle Howdy just takes out Bo, and it's just Uncle Howdy unhinged.
mm,
My nigga brings to be on. I ain't gonna lie. That's a pinpoint accuracy like assessment. I ain't gonna lie, because I was thinking about it like, damn, he lost. But I was thinking about like the alter ego side of it, like you know what I mean? Like he just when like you said Dorman, it's just like him. It's just like, oh shit, that was
yeah,
the
cause I
moment.
didn't understand what people
That
was
that
talking about
that
for
makes
that.
a lot of sense, bro. Real shit.
I've seen a lot of movies.
Hmm.
Nah, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's tough. Yeah, nah, that makes it better, like the story better. And the new day, yeah, the new day, Hill Day,
Ooh,
Hill
ooh,
Day.
ooh. How do you feel
Man,
about that?
They look different. Like it's just, but like we needed this though. Like everything's just too happy and jolly. All these rainbow colors and pancakes, man. I told y'all, fuck the pancakes. Remember I told y'all. Remember I said that one of these shows. I don't know what episode it was. But I remember being on here roasting the new day
You
one
was
day. Like,
saying
yo,
it.
I'm tired of this
HD was
shit.
saying it. HD
I
was saying,
told
"Fuck the
y'all.
studios."
I'm
yeah.
tired of this colorful shit. Kofi Kingston pancakes. Nah, bro, get gritty. They on
But
some. I feel like they're gonna be like much more like received. Like niggas gonna fuck with them more now. If they
but
on
how'd
this
you
type.
feel about how they just dressed down, eat like that?
I wasn't expecting that. I thought they was gonna like Kofi and your man was gonna laugh, but when they both teams was gonna eat, I'm like, damn. And then my
It
man
was
E was gonna
Kofi for
cry.
me. So what?
Yeah. You too? Like nigga E, you too? Really, y'all?
Go get a
After
hug.
10 years?
Uh-uh.
Like, damn, bro. So now I don't know how that's gonna turn out with Big E. Like, Big E gonna make another appearance? He gonna come back?
So again, should he come back at the Rumble? Can you imagine that pop he's gonna get?
I'm be honest though.
Guaranteed.
They got it though. I don't know, bro. His music played that day. I forgot that was his music, bro.
I forgot how
When he
good it
came
was.
out, man. I knew it was Big E coming out, but I'm like that music, his solo music don't hit the same, bro.
It's because we never hear it.
Like solo music don't hit the same, bro.
I didn't even know he had interest music when he came
That
out. I
was
thought
his
the nigga just
NXT
walked
song.
out. I thought he just walked out at HD. I didn't hear nothing.
Bro,
Like, I didn't even know Big E had music. You know, like in wrestling matches when you never see a nigga in a solo because you in tag team and he play with him by himself. Nigga got the WWE intros, like the Raw intro. Like
bro.
that ass, like
They ain't give him no lights, no feel, no. He
yeah,
ain't even do
yeah.
the "Don't You Dare Be Sour" none of that.
Then he came out like niggas knew his shit. Like nigga, we don't know this shit. Like it's Big E. Like we ain't know. Like this is you. Like
Now, what I really like how they came at him though, like it made sense. Like now you want to be here for us. Like you know, watched us lose this whole time for 4 years, been at
right.
each other's necks. Now you want to pop out. That's what I
And then
You
really
when we
chose
gonna
like.
your
think
new
about
girl
Nick,
over us.
right? That part because the people that those pictures went viral. Like the little very funny picture they take, you know what I mean? So to throw that in there, it's like, word, yeah, that makes sense. Like you was doing that shit, like all that weird shit, like when we over here get fucked up and all that, like that, like they threw that in there, like word, that shit made it like more real, like. But nah, that's crazy. They did Big E bad. They turned on that brother.
Mm.
Yeah, the Hill Day. I fuck with Hill Day though. Fuck with Hill Day. Word, that new day shit. I don't know. I'm done on that. No
So
more
cool.
new day rock. Like that
They're
shit
still
is out
calling
of here.
New Day, so we'll see how that goes.
They need a new theme. They need some
They
new
do.
like hardcore shit. Like bass theme, but like with a little twist. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
some
need
edge
that.
on it.
Get Wale on a
Yeah,
trap beat.
like,
Let him cook.
Mm.
you know what I mean? Some shit, yeah, some shit with a little edge. Word.
Give him some drill rap.
Nah, they
This
gotta
is
have a nice little run. They gotta have a nice little run in this bag. Word.
I like how you see tonight on the Saturday night main event, how they gave us Liv Morgan versus the EO Sky on the like I felt like that it wasn't really on the fly. They had that in the works for weeks, but there wasn't really supposed to be no PLE this month, right? Or this period. So having a Saturday
Hmm.
night main event provides that PLE feel for these storylines right here. I really like. So the New Day, they
Mhm.
could cook up some shit for the title and get put on the next or one of the future Saturday night main events. That might do something for them. Might get their steam going again.
That's a fact. Listen, DIY. I never really was a fan of them, but seeing them go heel, that was entertaining as fuck.
It was refreshing, bro. I did, yo. They killed me with that
Yeah,
little promo they did yesterday, the little NWO black and white joint. But man, Johnny
yeah, nah,
Gargano, it's
fuck
the
with that.
here,
We
it's the
need some more
troll.
heels. We would see
Yeah,
Seth Rollins tweet that out. Like, we need more heels, and that just should let niggas know, like, a lot of niggas is putting that heel paperwork in. Let's get it. Niggas
It
love
seems
me
that
for too
since
long. Let's
Survivor
get it.
Series, everyone's on that Black Air Force energy now.
Send
man.
OJ to NXT. I'm
They
crying.
went to NXT and had the belts over there. That shit was like, I don't know. That was a stale
Yeah.
period too for me when they
Yeah,
went over
that
there.
was a weird spot for them.
I have a take on NXT, but uh, I don't want to
Come
do them like
on with,
that.
nah, come
I don't
on with
want to do
it.
them like that. They falling off. They
What
fell
I
off a
will,
little bit for
they
me.
fell off to. What I will
Eh,
say is
As far as like
interesting.
my attention, my interest, right? I'm not gonna say fall off. I'm gonna say my interest factor. Like how I was on that shit, like Tuesday, like I was like, I might have been on that because of the females, guys, because of how hot they was. I'm gonna be real. Tricking them, bro. I'm tired of tricking them. I'm tired of that shit.
Trick
Tired of
has
tricking
definitely
them.
struggled as the main event scene. I feel like they're trying to put too much on Ethan Page right now, but everything else seems
Nathan
incredible. I'm very
Frazier.
interested to see where they go with Eddie Thorpe.
Obi Femi, all right. Like the young kid, Jaquan, I forgot his name, but he's too young. You can tell
Ron
he's
Evans.
still like, yeah, you can't give him the range yet. Like, but I don't
I
know,
feel
it's
my
something
problem
about the
with
men
him,
division, bro, that I'm not. It's not hitting
Javon,
me.
they should have
Man.
threw him more in the North American Championship. I feel like they kind of threw him right in the NXT main title scene, and now we're seeing too much
Mhm.
of him over there. But I really like Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Like I don't know if you bring them up as a tag team or not, but I think them two dudes been cooking right there. Obafemi, I
Mhm.
got moments like the last PLE I seen him when he was going against Tony D'Angelo. I was like, I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
got to watch the Iron Survivors match.
Yeah, that match. Yeah, I
You got to
seen
watch
that
that
one. I
men's
caught
match.
that. Yeah.
Him and
You see,
Ethan Page had a moment in that box.
yeah, oh yeah, they was wilding in that. He was like, "Where you going?" Ethan Page tried to just hop over the box, and Oba's like, "Nah, we getting it." And I like that outing from Oba way better than the Tony D'Angelo. Remember when he lost to Tony
Mhm.
D'Angelo? We was speaking about how his entrance needed a little boy, like he was bouncing around doing too much. Like this time around, he got it. But yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Snakes. I was watching, and a lot of those weeks we was watching NXT, the women were carrying the show, and they still
And
Mhm.
are.
they're still carrying
Yeah,
now,
they still carrying the show.
but the main event scene for the men is what's kind of the weak link right now
It's
because
been a
it's
little
like
weird. It's been a little weird.
there's no one to actually take the reins with anything that can sustain everything. I mean, there's promise in a couple folks, but it's like there's no guarantee of them doing it long term. Which is like I said in the past, like if should they do this transfer with them as well, maybe you have like an upper mid card guy go to NXT and have them have the world title, have them show everyone else this is how it's done.
And that was my main concern. What I was gonna mention, Snakes. Did you see Triple H on the Roommates podcast on Jalen Brunson's podcast?
Nah, what? He's on there?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man,
That's
man.
that was an amazing interview.
I'm gonna check that out. I got you. I'm gonna put
Facts.
that in my
And
daily.
he was speaking on the process of how they bring people up from the NIL deals and then
Mhm.
eventually send them to NXT. And he also still said that they called them up from NXT to Raw and SmackDown. So remember, Razor, when I was saying I think NXT is going to be a third brand, I don't
Uh-huh.
really after that interview I don't look at them still as the third brand
Right.
like a Raw and SmackDown.
They're
So
still the feeder.
yeah.
But also on that note, Evander Holyfield's son signed a couple weeks ago, and he's already debuted at on NXT.
With a
On
Van Holyfield son, a wrestler?
Elijah Holyfield has already debuted on NXT,
Oh
wow.
wow, I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy.
and Lance is supposed to debut any day now.
Mm.
But
I mean,
again,
I
like I
think
said,
NXT been at a good place right now for what I see on the CW. They've been, making their moves. The ECW Philly thing, Eric Bischoff,
Yeah,
everything been getting good
yeah,
reviews.
right back.
Yep,
you good.
everything been getting good reviews. But
Yeah, but I said it's just the question with them is just who's going to actually take the reins as the top guy over there.
it's not like I'm sorry, it's not Lexus King. It doesn't look like it's gonna be Ethan Page unless he tunes into a different gear.
It could be Ethan, but again, it's like it's just the folks around him aren't ready just yet.
And you know what's another thing? I feel like they need to go back to establishing. Like I don't think there's no like why I feel like the better wrestlers. Or I don't want to say it like that, but I get more from the North American guys than the NXT main
And the,
event guys.
yeah,
The heavyweight, like more character, more story, like athletic, like it's just more things. And over here, I feel like the NXT main event scene, this is more work in progress, guys.
there's one guy that we've all brushed past that I feel could be that guy to go to the next level, and that'd be Rich Holland.
I think they should
Because
have let him
he's
win
finally
too.
becoming that monster that he's supposed to be. And like I told you after the deadline PLE, he's finally back. He's got his mojo back. Like whatever trauma that or think mental stuff he had during the Big E injury, that's all gone with him. So he's finally locked in again. And from the match with Andre Chase to his matchup at Deadline, I wouldn't mind seeing him take out Trick Williams and let's see what Rich does with that NXT title for a little bit.
You know what's my problem with Trick, and it's not so much a problem, but I would say it's more my observation for me.
He
I
wasn't
like
ready.
his, yeah, he was. I like his entrance. That's what gets me hype. Booker T hyping him up. Even the song itself, Booker T not on it, whatever. I still love the
Yeah,
song. He come out, the crowd whoop that. But then when he gets into the match, it's like, all right, you can see that he's still working, still getting them reps, and he doing a few Booker T moves and stuff. I don't know if that helps or hurts, but I'd like to see a little bit more of his own stuff before he, you know what I'm saying, start going down that bag.
he needs to show that he's more than just whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Like without the crowd chant, without like I said, without Booker interlude in the music, whatever, and the catchphrase, what are you?
I mean, it didn't even feel the same. The last PLE deadline, Booker didn't
Mhm.
say it in the beginning. He waited till
He
after
waited till he
Trick.
came out.
But remember, he didn't do it in the beginning of his match. He did it when Trick won.
No, he did it.
Booker. Nah, go back and watch it. I remember 'cause I was disappointed. I was like, I even texted my man, like, Booker didn't do it. And then after the match, he did the whoop that Trick. He got hyped for him. And when he didn't do the
Oh,
shit in the beginning of Trick's entrance, it felt a little like stale, a little weird. Like I was like, I thought Booker T was not gonna just do it no more going forward, but it showed like, damn, all right, like you said, you got to prove me more than just whoop that Trick. Like you've had this for like a year now. It's, we need
so
something more.
so so for example, look at a guy like Nathan Frazier. Yes, they're different in size, but equally as athletic. What separates Trick Williams from Nathan Frazier?
The only thing is he got the crowd behind him, but Nathan Frazier's better in the ring right now.
Yeah, and Nathan
Like
Frazier is showing more charisma.
they
He
trusted him so much to have two matches that night.
exactly,
And Nathan Frazier did a good job in that tag team match selling the effects. Like I can't tag in. Like he's looking at Xe. I'm like, bro, I'm hurt. Like go ahead. Like
and they've been teasing them splitting up in general, but that's a whole nother subject. But yeah, he's the guy. He's maybe he could be the guy that gets to that top guy level to where he's will be NXT champion, all that stuff.
yeah, and Nathan Frazier, he kind of one of those dudes that too. Before he starts talking, he looked like he got charisma. Like before he even starts talking, and then when he talks, I'm kind of entertained. Like, oh, he's a little asshole, this guy.
Yeah, he
Like,
reminds me of a lot like an early Seth Rollins.
yeah, I can see that. I could
Similar
definitely see that.
moveset. Again, they're similar frames to a degree. I think Seth might be a little bit taller.
You mentioned the tape instead of the keynote tape. He used the white bandage, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't know if it's just the NXT thing, if that was on him to, but I rather that
It
look.
looks so much better than the KT tape.
Yeah.
That had the tape on the nose too, because he had his nose got busted in the tag match. But yeah, just the tape, all that, the attention to detail. It's more aesthetically pleasing visually.
hmm I mean, but like, let's give them a proper rundown. We've been giving y'all everything because we've been in and out with the episodes. Tonight we started off with Drew Mack and Sammy. I thought that was perfect way to start off the evening.
Get the
One
crowd
because
going with a nice fight.
that and selfishly, you see a member of the OG bloodline. I thought there was gonna be like some bloodline antics at play. Maybe somebody helping Drew from the other side. Maybe some Jay coming back because Drew admitted to taking them both out
Hmm.
this past Monday. Which I
Jay
mean,
would have
again,
been the obvious one since Jimmy got laid out on yesterday, but I, I'm generally curious. I don't even think that's Drew's MO right now, I mean, unless he's going after Cody next.
yeah, I'm. That's the part that I'm interested in to see what's Drew's end game because one thing I can't give a pass on, like it's like a half a pass. He don't really want no more smoke with CM Punk, but he understands why. At least he got a bribe out of it, right? He received a bribe, but he's attacking these guys because they did it for nothing. Like he's going after Sammy, and so I'm like, I wonder what re-sparked his hatred for Roman.
And again, if it's really about Roman, again, what's stopping him from laying out Cody? And if so, how would we feel about Drew dethroning Cody potentially?
Should have Drew McIntyre been in that match instead of Bronson Reed for all of this?
No, no,
Okay,
because again, like I think Drew has a genuine issue with all Bloodline members as a whole, no matter what side they're on.
okay. Cause I'm just trying to figure out like it was a nice match between Drew and Sammy tonight that I didn't think I would have enjoyed. Like I thought it was just gonna be a real walkthrough Drew over Sammy, which Drew did win the match, but I
I'm relieved it wasn't a short match. If it was a
yeah,
short match, that would have been a little bothersome.
that's what I thought it was gonna be. So it was cool to see them put on longer than a 5 minute match.
But I think the bigger story in this is with Sammy because Seth's kind of been in his ear about how he's too nice, too soft. He doesn't again, much like with KO in the main event, doesn't go for that kill shot per se.
Mm.
So maybe that could tie into that. Again, who knows? But I think Drew is definitely the more fascinating case. Of what does he do next?
Do you think it's? I feel like it doesn't take a step back, but I was really enjoying the work Drew's doing, like with CM Punk. I think this isn't whatever he's doing right now isn't gonna match that, and maybe it might be hard for anything to match what he was
Well,
doing with CM
well,
Punk.
does it have to match it?
Nah, but it's I'm curious to see like I would have thought that he would have entered himself or been preparing to enter himself into a heavyweight title picture, like maybe go after Gunther next.
Well, again, why would he interject us in a world title picture when he just lost a best of three series essentially?
Yeah, that's like so. I'm saying like the route, like Roy Rumble's next. I didn't really picture him because now what I feel like is he's throwing himself in this mix and he's just gonna get himself thrown out of Roy Rumble.
Or again, what maybe like I said, all this is a route to get to Cody, and then if say Drew beats Cody, Drew is gonna dangle that over Punk, stating you have to your WrestleMania event is you can't avoid me. I have something you want, and I want your head.
Mm. Cause I feel like everybody got a claim to one, a WrestleMania main event, and two, payback on Roman Reigns. And this is the perfect time while his team isn't full strength. Like the bloodline, the OG bloodline is just getting back together. There's people still saying that Roman hasn't given the clear cut apology. I feel like he shows love in different ways. I also feel like he can't escape the nature of his ways, which the tribal chief is the tribal chief, and that was built on him being a badass.
True.
So, I mean, let's see what Amateur said. From my understanding, Drew wasn't supposed to come back this soon, but because of Bronson injury, it pushed it out. That's what I speculated and felt like, because it was odd to me that CM Punk was brought into the fold for War Games, the SmackDown before, I believe, or the week before. That's the what was it? Survivor
War Games.
Series. Yeah, Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah. So
CM Punk got introduced
I'm
what
still
the
sticking to my theory with that one. They called Punk because Brock is in the middle of nowhere and he left his phone at the house.
no, and I'm cool with that. But the moment that people started helping Roman Reigns, why didn't Drew McIntyre pop out sooner? He waited till the actual War Games match was concluded. And again, I just think it happened because of Bronson Reed, and that's them bringing, a big player, a big time player back in soon, right there. But I'm not mad at Drew being back because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I watched the Drew McIntyre match, and it has been and it was a bad match. I don't remember
Right.
a bad Drew McIntyre match.
And another guy just clean on the mic.
It's just my issue for Drew. I really wish more for him. Like I really look at him as somebody that can be a great heel champion and a great babyface champion. But I like him as a heel. He cooks as a heel. Like
But now again, do we rule out him being in cahoots with Seth Rollins?
I'm not like
Because
I
for two
wouldn't favor
reasons.
that, but it'll be a
One,
game changer.
one, they both got a massive issue with Punk. Two, they both still have a big issue with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, any iteration of the Bloodline. And even when they had their back and forth with Punk earlier in the year, Seth and Drew kind of like established the enemy of the enemy is my friend type of ordeal.
And that's what I'm saying. So let me see, the next Saturday night main event is when? January?
January 25th.
And that'd be like you said, what, a few weeks before the Rumble.
It's the weekend before the Rumble.
So that'll technically like I was mentioning earlier, some of these things that we seeing now can probably come to an end during that time period.
Or they could amplify to kick off Mania season,
Like
depending on what story it is.
what if we get Drew versus Jay at the next Saturday night main event?
It's a possibility. Wouldn't be mad at it. Or it's a possibility we could see Drew versus Roman because Drew just beat Cody for the belt, or it could be Cody versus Rock. Who knows what it could be?
Mm.
Because like I said, they got a lot of moving pieces that ironically all tie in together. I'm
How you
not sure
feel
if it
about
just happened that way or if it's by design, but I'm not mad at it.
you felt like it was cool Sami Zayn taking the loss tonight, Drew McIntyre winning?
It needed to happen because Drew's got to get a win back to reestablish himself. And again, like I said, he's now laid out Jay, he's laid out Jimmy, now he's laid out Sammy.
Come January 6th, does he lay out Roman Reigns and help Solo win?
Mm. I think that's when we might see a Drew versus Jay.
Hamilton says no. That's an affirmative no.
I think we'll more likely see Drew versus Jay, and we see Seth interfere in that match to again tie it in that he's working with Drew, and again we may see a reincarnation of the Hounds of Justice in Seth's image this time,
Mm.
and then again that you could possibly piece stuff together to where you could get Drew and Seth versus maybe Roman and Punk. Because especially if Roman hears that Shield music, he's going to be seeing red already.
Yeah, he will.
And the wise man could say, "One more time, please, my tribal chief." And then you see Punk come out from the shadows.
Mm. I mean, it's a lot to cook up right there.
I'm on some bullshit tonight, folks.
It's a lot. It's a lot to cook up right there. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is why I like this event tonight. I'm really glad that they decided to bring this back. And also, I feel like it's a chance with all of the other bigger shows being like I'm looking at the Fly Elimination Chamber is gonna be in Toronto. This could give a chance for some of the Saturday night main events to be over here in the States. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a
so let's
win-win. Get some
see.
storylines, American.
January 25th, we have Saturday's main event. February 1st, we have the Rumble. March 1st, we have Elimination Chamber. April 19th and 20th, we have Mania.
Mm, mm.
But
And
from the Chamber to Mania, that's about 6, 7 weeks.
these these Saturday night main events kind of been I could be corrected, but they kind of been impromptu. Like, especially the second one, they kind of just mentioned it over the last 2 weeks, right? Like that we're gonna get this the Saturday night main event in January. I feel like a few months ago that wasn't no news right there.
They announced it a few weeks ago, yeah, and then recently they announced that it means somewhat of a regular thing.
Mm,
And today, Jesse Ventura basically said that he's going to be on all of them,
mm. I can expect one monthly then going forward.
or maybe every 2 months. Who knows?
That'd be lit.
Because yeah, again, we'll see how the routine is with that. But like I said, I mean, this could be like the new in your house, could be the new takeover. I'm here for it.
I mean, think about it. Like tonight, we got to see three, four championship matches. Am I wrong, or is it was it Cody, Kevin, triple threat for the heavyweight, and
And the
both the
two women's
women's?
championships. Yeah,
Like this show really meant something tonight. Going back to what Snakes was saying earlier, history for Chelsea Green, capturing the inaugural United States Women's Championship belt,
Liv and Io having damn near a perfect match.
which that was the
Just
next match. Yeah, like
like I told you off the air, I think we can make a strong case that, with the exception of Rhea Ripley, the number one women's wrestler right now is Liv Morgan.
she's
Just look
definitely
look
put
at
a
her work
claim
this
in.
this year.
I wouldn't be mad at that, but I'm not really a fan of tag team matches with non-traditional tag teams. I'll just be like, eh.
And again, like I said, and nothing against Jay. I feel that yes, Jay is adamant to prove that he's on equal footing with Roman. I feel that because of how big that story would ultimately be, Punk makes a lot more sense than Jay.
Create some more turbulence in there. There's more between the competitors in there. Got more between Seth and Punk, Drew and Punk in there.
And again, it's the wise man proving why he is the wise man.
That is true though too, because we always used to see Paul Heyman putting Roman in the best like positions available to succeed.
and in that little meeting with all three of them before Survivor Series, Punk told Roman, "This is our wise man."
Hmm. Which I'm glad they finally, go into that because I thought they would never go to that really like as direct, but they going there and we getting it
Hmm.
now. This shit is crazy. WWE is getting they turning up on us, and once again the ride is so effortless that we're headed to Royal Rumble. I feel like by the time I blink and wake up, we're gonna be at Royal Rumble.
Pretty much are, like I said, 6 7 weeks until the Rumble.
But yeah, how'd you feel about the women's match? I know we was just talking about EO Liv. You really feel like Liv taking that step up? I could echo that sentiment because one of the things my concern was how many times she defended the belt and who. I felt like they just kept having her running back to Rhea
Rhea,
Ripley and yup, and
which was
seeing
fine,
but it was
but
the shenanigans. It was all the shenanigans, the shark cages, the Raquel. Tonight we didn't really
Dom
see
in the
too much
chair.
We didn't see no Raquel tonight, right?
Raquel and Dominic walked her out, and then they went to the back.
A nice clean performance from both competitors.
And
That's what I
again,
want to
Liv
see.
being the hometown girl to a degree.
And
Is
that's one thing
she
I
from the
always
city or is she from
ask.
Jersey?
I think she's from Jersey, but I mean,
Close
New York,
enough.
New Jersey, yeah,
Close enough.
yeah. And I just think like it was needed because one thing, it's one thing to be a heel. I enjoy the badass heels. Like she's portraying a badass heel. She don't need to be the chicken shit heel too though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad she's getting the toughness, or they allowing her to display the toughness back in the ring. And
Like
man, that
she
knee
she
she
can get
took,
down and dirty if need be. No pun intended.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like her character didn't show no fear tonight going against Io Scott. She ate the offense from Io. She was in there
And
getting
Io's
right.
no slouch in her own right.
Man, I didn't think like once I seen EO turning babyface, I kind of felt like, yeah, I don't really see her winning. Maybe when it was still like they was on timing, like she was more aggressive and gritty. But once they started, I even seen her take a L on, I think it was what, Raw a week or two ago, EO.
Hmm.
So it was like, oh yeah, they're already getting comfortable handing her the L's again under
Now, I
this.
wouldn't have been honestly if this wasn't in New York City. I would have preferred Io to win only because Rhea's got next, and Io versus Rhea would be a little more refreshing than Liv versus Rhea Part 500. Match is gonna be fine, but it would have been refreshing to see Io in that spot instead of Liv.
So where does Liv go from here? I
It's
mean,
gonna
we
be Rhea.
obviously see, yeah, I'm about to say we obviously see Rhea come out at the end of that match. Liv Morgan is at the rampway, celebrating, and Rhea Ripley comes out. This is my brutality. Pop from the crowd, but again, I feel like if Rhea doesn't capture the belt this time around, it's gonna be tough for me to stay invested into what they're doing.
Here's the problem. I don't want either one of them to lose right now.
Mm.
I don't want to see this match right now. What they probably should have is maybe a lose release Raw match between Rhea and somebody like almost kind of like a pick your poison style. You have Rhea go to SmackDown for a little bit. Maybe have Rhea win the Women's Rumble, and then you set up Liv versus Rhea at Mania.
Mm.
That'd be a little bit better on the palate than doing this right now.
I feel like you let Liv and Raquel take the women's belts, tag belts off of Bianca and Naomi, and then you let Liv drop that to Rhea. But
Well,
is
Candice and
again,
Nia got next for that.
yeah, then it becomes a big but. Like, but I always think Charlotte's the good answer if healthy. She's then you got Becky also rumored to come back. So it's like we got players that we could send through the Rumble and through the Chamber.
Yeah, but again, if the end goal is Liv and Rhea, then like I said you have Rhea get booted to or exiled to SmackDown, let her crash on everyone over there, have her win the Rumble, then just set up those two at
You feel
Mania.
like they're gonna put that on Netflix January 6th?
Even if they do, again, I don't want to see that match right now because again, we've seen it most of the year already.
Mm.
Granted, it was all shenanigans, but still, it's like Liv's what 3-0 on Rhea right now or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, if you want to count the War Games, then no.
No, just for the women's title. Lost it at
Okay.
SummerSlam. Lost it in the Shark Cage. Did she wrestle her another time in between that or no?
I don't think
Or
so.
even before SummerSlam?
Not to Rhea. Nah, I think it's only been those two matches for the title, and then everything
Oh
else
no
been
no 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 no!
scrambles.
No. When Liv beat Becky before Summer when Rhea Rhea hurt. Never mind. So yeah, so she's up 2-0 on her.
The only other match they had was with I think Damian Priest and Rhea versus Dom and Liv.
Yeah, yeah. But again, but for the women's belt again, like yeah, you're already up. Liv's already up 2-0. You can hold off on that for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I think for competitive sake, Liv looked better as a champion tonight, and that's good. So I don't really feel like you said, she needs to drop the belt. Of maybe a few weeks ago, I was feeling like, what's the limbo with the championship? What are they doing with it? Tonight, I got what I wanted, so I'm good. I just think that now they can pivot away from whatever her and Rhea are doing. Like, okay, if Rhea's destined to take that third L, sorry, Rhea, you might have to go to SmackDown. And this portal. I mean, you're not in the Judgment Day no more. The Terror Twins aren't really a thing.
Or less, or just have Adam Pearce walked up and say, "Hey, we made a trade for someone on SmackDown, but we traded you to SmackDown." And like I said, let her just crash the fuck out for a couple months. Let her
Yeah.
just lay out everybody.
I mean, because I think that's the most direct way to get them away from each other.
And then even if you have Rhea do someone with Drew did, where she has this obsession to take a live like she was kicked out of Raw, whatever. You let her, like I said, just go ham in the Rumble, and then, like I said, that Raw or the SmackDown after the Rumble, even the Raw for the Rumble, have Rhea Pierce saying, "I'm challenging you. Mommy's back on Raw."
Hmm.
But just let that story between just let it breathe.
Not for real though. Like,
It wouldn't hurt. It'd probably make it better.
bro, tonight felt so much more refreshing. EO versus Liv, like that felt like. To be honest, I forgot all about that little storyline, and then I got reminded at the end of the match, like Rhea just coming out, like
Mm-hmm.
But it did feel refreshing to see two different women square off for the championship at that moment. And what was the next match? Was it the
It was the triple threat.
triple threat men's match? Man, listen, this match was fire to me. There was a few spots that was like, okay, they moving a little, like they being cautious with it. Or I don't know what it was. It didn't feel clean, but of course, in that type of match with them competitors, it's not gonna be pretty.
It ain't supposed to be
It's not,
pretty.
yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. But
But
it's a good match.
like I told you before the match started, the ring general had that look in his eye. He's about to remind everyone who the fuck he is. He went full Debo mode on both of them.
Yeah, this was a must win for him because almost it's like he's been on this weird run, and I think even him winning didn't really do too much in my eyes because it was a triple threat match. But he did some dominant, like what he did the priest at the end out there on the steps. He had to muscle him up and really get him up there.
Oh, that was beautifully done.
Man,
I don't know if that was an accident or by design, but just the way to think on the fly and fix it was incredible.
yeah. So I was like, damn, he really did that, and then we get to but even everything else before that, it was just like the back and forths, the false finish. I thought that moment, like earlier, I thought Finn was gonna get one over.
I thought he was gonna take it when Gunther got hit with the razor's edge, and then Finn comes flying with the coup de grace.
Yeah, I thought he had this.
I really thought Priest was gonna get caught slipping
Yup.
because that would have been visual as Priest turns around and hears the three, and Finn's just staring him down like I did that.
Yeah, man. So I thought, honestly, I thought Damian Priest or Finn would have won to get Gunther ready for that Goldberg thing if that's what they're gonna do. Cause again, it's gonna be tricky if Goldberg wants to win. I don't understand, or like they're not gonna give him what he wants and feed him to Gunther. But I think Gunther's so dominant, he don't even really need that Goldberg match.
Well, again, there's no guarantee he's gonna get the match,
Right.
but before we get to even to that, like who challenges Gunther next for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Mm. That's a good question. I would say switch it up. What about if they bring back? I mean, how hurt is Ilya? Like,
I would love to see him throw down with him. Um, I can kind of see a role in which Seth tries to challenge Gunther again. Um, hmm.
I would want to see him and Ludwig go at it too.
I would love to, but I think that's kind of too soon.
Yeah.
There's really
I
nobody on Raw right now. If Braun didn't have the IC belt, maybe him. Um, with Drew being on his bullshit, Gunther doesn't make any sense right now. Yeah, there's nobody.
and
I
then
do
that's
not
what
want to.
makes
I do not want to see Gunther versus Punk.
it make me feel like Gunther versus Priest is gonna happen again. And I think we're gonna get an expedited Priest versus Finn, like a number one contenders match.
Who could you? Oh no! Wait a minute. Hold on. Before I get to that, do we see Sheamus again or no?
I mean, Sheamus, I don't know if he was really hurt. He was just on the local news saying he had broken ribs.
Yeah, he had a cracked rib in that match in that triple threat. Um, who could you pull from SmackDown?
For the heavyweight, for Gunther, man. I mean, yeah, it's really like you're about to send Chad Gate. Like, if you want to just put a heel versus a baby face, I mean, there's really no. Jay Uso is probably the main event baby face on Raw, but outside of that, who else? Damian Priest. Then what? Punk, but Punk, it's like
I do not. For the love of God, I do not want to see that match. I'd rather see Otis or Tozawa in that spot than Punk. against Gunther.
Is it because you what you feel is gonna happen to Punk in that match?
Yes,
I respect it.
the same reason why you don't want to see his ass in the War Games match.
That's facts. I was shook. I'm surprised he walked out of there in one piece. But what he did, I mean, I don't know what he did, but we seen other people not walking out in one piece. Like, shit, man.
Do we see a world in which he drops the belt to either Cena or Randy?
See now that yeah, I wouldn't be mad at because I'm tired of seeing Gunther go against like while he had the IC belt, he was going against some of the like until the back end when he fought Drew and Sheamus and them triple threat bangers and
He
but
he
most of
ran
that
he
time,
cleaned, he cleaned up the division.
yeah, like it was just a bunch of people that had no business being in the ring with him. But now we talking legend like if you put in the like he got to go against the whole like Randy Cena. He already took out Randy once, but like
Because
in
if
Cena's
Randy
spot and
wins,
Brock.
if say Randy beats him, he's past Triple H, and the only people above him are Cena and Flair. If Cena wins, he passes Flair, and he gets number 17.
Mm. History rich, man. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at it though. Gunther versus Cena, or Gunther versus Randy, either like fueling Randy versus Cena. I think you can't go wrong with that. Again, I feel like we headed towards the gateways. We headed towards the Rumble, the Chamber. Those things can help us get to where we need to be. Because I'm not gonna lie, if you took it just as brand as is, like who's gonna be the next competitor on Raw, it's hard to make that call.
Yeah, also, unless you name a heavy hitter like a Cena, Randy, or even like Brock, there's literally no one there unless you have Gunther lose to Roman, which that doesn't make any sense. That match
Like
alone don't make no sense.
like we had a Raw Tag Team Champion in the match competing for the heavyweight championship match, like for the world heavyweight title.
Mhm. I
It's
I still
something
see a world in which if Finn gets a one-on-one with Gunther, I can see a world in which JD, Carlito, and Dom kind of like sneak a dub for Finn. I can still kind of see that, but I don't know.
Gunther walks out as champion. Man, I don't know. Again, I don't know what goes for either one of those men in that match because I feel like now with Finn losing, ain't getting pinned. You should just be worried about defending that tag team belt.
And they got Viking Raiders this Monday,
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken.
Could it be a bad week for the Judgment Day?
We
It could
should
very
we shall
much well
see.
be yeah, it could be a very much bad week. The next match though was the Chelsea Green and Meacham match, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, it was nice to see both of them out there. You mentioned it early on the text message. TNA knockouts in the WWE environment, competing for a WWE championship.
The
Never would I.
HDIC versus the Hot Mess,
I'm be honest. Under a different regime, I never thought I would have been seeing these type of matches unfold. Like the talent
let
is
alone these
there.
two in the match.
Yeah.
The old regime probably would have gave us something on the lines of maybe Bailey versus Nia Jax or Bailey versus Naomi.
Or some crazy shit, right? For real, like would have gave us Natalia versus was it not nothing wrong with
Charlotte.
Natalia? Yeah, but facts would have gave us that. Like I mean,
But
on my TikTok, I just wanted to mention too. When I was on TikTok live, there was a few people that was calling for things that we had mentioned, like maybe Tiffany cashing in on the U.S. belt, and I thought it was interesting. People like really writing that and wanted to see that. So there's still like people are waiting for that Tiffany Stratton moment.
And the way Cancer was talking down Tiffany Stratton for losing the semifinal, could we see Tiffany Stratton cash in after, say, Bianca and Naomi retain?
I say this. They did a great job at making that championship feel important off the rip. Like the placement of it right after the men's world heavyweight championship match. Co-main event almost. Like this is
And the
it,
two men deliver, the two women deliver. Excuse me.
yeah. They put on a good match. Even Piper never, Meechin attacking Piper on the outside. Like everybody played a role. The match was good. I felt like the crowd was really into it too.
Oh, they were in love. They were loving it the whole time. But again, that's just a testament to the work that they've been putting in and how much Chelsea's star power has just gone through the roof.
Mm,
And again, but that finish, that little somersault into the Unpretty Her was amazing.
crazy. Even busted out the Rough Rider early in the match.
She, she's been doing it a couple of times lately,
Yup.
so I'm sure she got permission.
I know Matt Cardona hype right now for her too. Seeing her get her moment. That's dope. Tell her she looked like it was already like people seen her on the up and up. But I remember I don't think was it the first time she came back or I mean or was it when she got fired? Remember when she had got eliminated in like 7 seconds in the Rumble or something like that?
Yeah.
Like for going from that to now like
Well, even
becoming
before
a
that,
serious competitor.
there's times where she would debut, get hurt instantly just from bad luck, and that was kind of the thing. She come back, get hurt, come back, get hurt,
Mhm.
and she didn't give up. She just powered through everything.
Yeah, like tonight she really looked like one of the ones on SmackDown going forward. Like people already was learning her name, and now they're gonna start to know her name as a champion. So yeah, I
The
really
first,
enjoyed this. The first United States Women's Champion, Chelsea Green. Man,
you ain't gonna try the high note.
nah, I can't. I can't. Voice too raspy. I kind of did try though too. Like I tried it. So far, 4 matches in, I felt this was a great PLE. And then comes the main event, the moment I feel like I personally been waiting for. We've seen the tease over the weekend. Triple H giving Cody Rhodes the
And we saw
case
the briefcase
illuminating
earlier in the show
gold.
again too.
Man, you know what was funny? Somebody in my chat was kind of throwing a. They threw an extra theory. They was like, "What if it wasn't the championship and it was the sledgehammer?"
I was just gonna go there. No, funny that would have been, and and if they recreated him breaking the throne,
But I'm gonna be honest. Now, given much with what we've seen tonight, I feel like in the future, what if Triple H does hand him the sledgehammer? Cause you see how Kevin Owens, the end of their little altercation. I don't know. Maybe he does hand Cody the sledgehammer.
that'd be very symbolic, and that kind of, if done right, that's right up his alley.
Man, that would be so crazy. Cause then, right before our eyes, like you said, it's symbolic. We seeing things from Cody that it's like, all right, the dude one of the dudes you look up to is kind of like telling you, bro, you have
But
to enter that territory.
the sledgehammer to me only makes sense if Cody's a heel, and I wouldn't want him to bring out the sledgehammer on the Kevin Owens, more so a Randy Orton.
Mm,
'Cause you can tie in the legacy, you can tie in the evolution, and the history between all three of them all at once. You could even throw in Cody or Randy teasing the punt.
That'd be crazy.
But overall, what'd you think of this main event match?
I thought the match was way cleaner than the first match they had. I felt like this was more what I want to see out of them two if they were to face each other. Like I felt like the first time it was like this whole y'all made up a injury angle with Cody and it was just weird stuff going on. This was like okay, Kevin Owens is on heel time. He did the backdrop to Cody outside on the table. Hi Randy, like all of that they
That
played
that was my
into.
favorite part of the match right there.
Yeah, like
Just looking at the camera. Hi, Randy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's very much Kevin Owens. We all used to grow in love, and then even Cody delivering the RKO on the table was
Okay,
like,
how would you rate that RKO on a scale of 1 to 10? I give it about a
uh,
3.5.
he needs work on the technique.
He ain't got no hops.
That shit looked like a RK no. That was not a RKO. That was a RK
KO got
no.
hops when he does the stunner.
Man, yeah, and then he did the like, you know, Randy sometimes go one arm, sometimes lock him in for both, but that one arm stuff looked real lazy from Cody. He's like it just
Hmm.
the whole technique was crazy. Like maybe is I don't know, maybe it's because they was on the table and he feared if he jumped too much they have that rock and who was it that went through the
The table breaks before they hit the move.
yeah
I think it was Triple H.
right Triple H and Rock. Maybe he was worried about that, but mm, again I thought their match was good. You know what killed it for me? The fucking ending. It was like how
Whoa,
you,
but before the ending, we got not one, but two ref bumps.
brother. Which I'm not mad at those because I'm like, okay, but then fast forwarding things. Did we need that? Did we need them? So what was the point of those? We didn't need like unless there's a reason behind why Cody delivered the crossroads to Kevin Owens on the chair. I looked at it no more than opportunity. Think people like we might want to look into it and think, oh, he's being healed. I think it was just we done see Cody throw a chair at a security guard's face, bro. On the episode, what was it, Raw a few months ago, when it's just opportunity. He took the opportunity to put Kevin away. I didn't think he needed a steel chair to put Kevin away anyway.
And then to throw the chair out potentially in the direction of Charles Robinson.
Throw it right
You
over him. It
you
flew
could
right
have
over
slid
him.
it out to the hard cam side, slid it out to the announcer's table away from the referee.
What made it even more odd? Usually somebody, even the wrestler himself, maybe Cody would have went out there, got Charles up.
Yeah,
No, Charles had to get himself up.
and he's still outside of the ring making the count, which I don't. That might be another first time ever thing.
That was her first for me. I like you'll maybe see the halfway body in because I feel like the ref got to get in the ring, right? Just like, but
But to be completely outside of the ring still, like not even trying to get in the ring.
yeah. And then to mention right before earlier when the refs were out, Kevin Owens hits the stun on Cody. Seems like Cody wasn't going to kick out. Down for what, one, two, three, four, five,
It might have been a 10 count.
until Eddie Arango shows up. So, I mean, one could say Cody was in deep waters and potentially could have lost the match. I just feel like there was no need for the ref spot. It ended up looking sloppy more than anything at the end. Look questionable a little bit. Like, dang. Like, and then I feel like what we got after probably caught the intrigue of folks more than the finish itself.
Oh, and about an hour ago, WWE uploaded it on their Twitter as an exclusive content.
Well, it was in a playbook the whole time. Maybe they just, again, we spoke about how they ended with about 2 minutes to go. Maybe things got sped up unintentionally right there at the end.
Again, there's a chance that second ref bump wasn't supposed to happen. Like you
It,
said,
it,
something wasn't supposed to happen in that match by how it ended.
yeah, it felt weird because it's like, what was the point of the second ref bump? Okay, the first one, like you could have even got the chair in the ring during the first ref bump. Kevin Owens as the heel could have said, you know what? After this stunner, I realize the referee's down. I'm gonna go inflict more damage and bring in this chair. And Cody counters and does the same thing. We didn't need the second rev bump really, like but we got it.
Yeah. Then they speed off the air, and we got to see in different angles some what should have been the closing moments of the show, and that's Cody's head being used as a basketball.
Right. And Triple H's emotion towards seeing that, and then Kevin Owens' demeanor. He doesn't care. Kevin Owens going into business for himself.
Walking out with the winged eagle.
That was the money. But the event itself, the network special itself, was so cool that I'm not gonna let what happened in that main event take away from anything. It was just like it's more of a spotlight towards what's happening in Cody's matches more than anything for me. It gives me the vibe of like how how can we get creative to let Cody win this time?
Define creative at this point,
Right,
because it seems like it's getting the how can we help him not fuck this up.
right. AJ Styles and the I Quit match. Their first run, the end of this match. This match was good, but the end of this match was not.
Even Gunther and Cody at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, that was a cop out. They should have just let Cody lose for all that. They're really making him seem like the most like remember what you were saying about IQ and like they're making him seem like the most sound guy in the ring, but you're not doing the most sound shit.
Has he eaten a loss since Mania? I don't think so. I don't even think he's lost since the Rumble, to be honest. Oh, aside from night one of Mania to The Rock, but aside from that, I don't think he's taken a loss.
Yeah, you might be right.
Which that alone blows my mind.
Mm.
But again, unfortunately, with him and even
Him just
Gunther, they're
said he
in.
lost to Solo
That's right, yeah.
at Money in the
'Cause-
Bank.
But I think with him and even Gunther, they're in a weird spot with the world titles. Like there's essentially no one. Well, I mean, Cody's got Roman and maybe Randy in in the wings, but there's no one credible to get the belt off of them unless you sacrifice them to a legend.
Mm. And ain't too many of them left.
Yeah, to get a quality match.
Right. Mm. Yeah. Like even so now I question what we always like to say, where do we go from here? I mean, I feel like with the Kevin stuff, with the Cody stuff, do we give Cody a little time off with this? Like we seen Randy get injured to a power driver. This power driver was a little bit more, like you said, was the package power driver. That was more than what he did to fucking Randy.
Well, on the WWE exclusive content, Cody did go away in an ambulance on a stretcher.
Okay, we could give. I mean, this might be their way to year. Refresh, give Cody a few weeks into the Rumble, maybe, or
Well, until January 6th at least.
yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting that damn Netflix could bring everybody out.
But unfortunately, with Cody and the way they book his character, they'll probably have him back next Friday on some Super Cena type shit, and that'll just piss away the beautiful pile drivers that KO's been dropping.
Dropping pile drivers, man. Then it's like, who challenges Cody next? If it's not Randy, if it's not Roman, if it's not Randy,
Again, if Drew's hit list is as accurate as I think it is, he's gonna get Cody next.
yeah. And with this Snake Eyes was telling us earlier that SmackDown was pre-tape. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really like they need to chill with the pre-tape shits, bro. Like I don't know what they like. I don't know what's going on. I get that Christmas is next is gonna be like within the next few weeks. They giving people time and all that, but
I just don't know.
yeah. I knew something was funny when I seen Tiffany Stratton looking like a candy cane out there. For real. Like she got the Christmas colors on kind of early. Like usually just see them bring it out on Christmas episode. Like
Right.
and she had them things on early.
Well,
Okay,
now we know.
now we know. How y'all? I mean, I know me and Raisin done spoke about this chat. Amethyst, how you feel about these pre-tapes? Seeing the info early. Sometimes I think it kind of kills the fun of the week long prediction, like what we doing right now. Next live show is the 27th. That's my mom's birthday too. 12/27.
And that's it. On the 26th, they're gonna be at the Garden.
Mhm. Holiday show.
But I said we'll see what pans out. I mean, this in all honesty, this could be a cool down before January 6th. I don't, and unless we're just putting the tag belts on Viking Raiders, I don't really expect too much to happen these next couple weeks.
Why does it feel like we don't have enough? Like, why? What I want to know is why does it feel like we don't have, like you said, oh, there's nobody to compete on Raw, but then we let so many people walk from the company or don't or don't put them in the right position. Like, I don't understand that sometimes.
That's a very good question, my friend.
Like, I think you don't think Bobby Lashley versus Gunther would have been good for Gunther. Like, I'm not saying I need Bobby Lashley to win that match. I'm just saying we seen Brock versus Bobby. Bobby got that match out of Brock. This could be
Hmm.
like, all right, we can't get you Brock right now, but we could get you something close to it.
Or imagine what could have been between Gunther and Claudio.
Psh, crazy.
Claudio versus Ilya. Maybe Miro versus Gunther. That would have been interesting. But again, maybe stuff will change once they go back to the 3 hour format for both shows. But like I
Should there
said,
be like an internal ranking system that's like, 'cause I feel like there be some dudes that are like Santos Escobar. We done seen him lose so many times at LA, just lose period. It don't even matter who he losing to. Like, is it like, all right, maybe we should just, throw you back to NXT. You cook up over there real quick, cause it feel like they keep trying to just throw a LWO in this shit, Dragon Lee's and certain things is like feel a little like damn. They could maybe get the extra work here, but we forcing them in this spot.
I mean, how long is AJ going to be out?
Right, like I enjoy what they doing with Shinsuke. Like you see how they put him on ice. They had him, know what I mean, in weird spots, losing to people and shit. Then he came back. Now he's refreshed. Like I like that. Like you said, if AJ come back, I don't want to see him just go back to the heavyweight scene with Cody and lose again. We can't have that, bro. We cannot. You
And
gotta
then as
let
far
him
as
go
the
put on
tag
a
division,
banger.
we're going to be without the Good Brothers for a few months because Carl Anderson had shoulder surgery.
Mm. Yeah, I agree with that, Amethyst. I always understand December. Like, I know it's holiday shows. I'm so trained to like, all right, Royal Rumble is what I'm really. Once we get to Royal Rumble past December, now it's in February, so I gotta wait an extra little longer. But yeah, I know. Then it's weird with these double. Like, I'm accustomed to tapings for like tribute to the troops. You know, these one-off shows. But if this is a thing going forward that every so often we're gonna do a double taping. Cause what the hell is SmackDown's excuse? I understand Raw shit going to Netflix and they got what the hell is SmackDown's excuse? Like y'all already,
Everyone taking time off for Christmas.
yeah. Like, but I feel like that happened with the Bloodline storyline going into Crown Jewel with SmackDown as well.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's when double taping started with them. And then I felt like I was under the impression that things started happening like that because of the moves, them going to Netflix and this and that, then it's like, okay, as the holiday season, that makes more sense. But anything else before and after, like, I need, like, is this going to be the structure going forward? Like,
I mean, if it is, I wouldn't be mad at it on the caveat that those that are finally getting their turn in the rotation, if they have the enthusiasm to elevate themselves.
mm,
Like for example, we've seen this year, we've seen Liv Morgan improve, we've seen Solo improve, we've seen Zelina Vega improve. What's stopping everyone else from improving and trying new stuff and getting better overall?
that they want certain people to remain champions instead of just going with momentum. I think momentum is important.
Well, yeah, the
If
momentum is very important, but it's like again, what are you doing to earn the reps?
Yeah, cause like for me, I think Gunther, for example, he's a dominant champion, but we know he could be dominant. We don't need to force like if somebody else got steam to win the championship right now, they should just let them go over. The same with Cody. Like, all right, it might hurt the story, but Roman and Rock don't need Cody in the story or the championship part of that. To like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you tired of Gunther. I mean, Gunther hasn't done nothing special either, but look tired every time I see him.
Yeah, and like
I
I said,
swear to he just looks
aside from this
tired.
match, he's been flat.
Yeah. Do look like it do look like, to be honest, somebody that wanted to be world champion finally got the championship and it's like, damn, this shit is more than what I thought it was gonna be. That's like the his character's look every time I seen him out there. As IC champion, he was having the best time of his life running through all those, like when Imperium was really on top.
Yeah. Hmm. Is there anyone that we not to I guess premature book stuff, but is there anyone we would like to see maybe contest, even though they may be long shots?
Mm. I mean, I think if we always flirted with the whole idea, I mean, to me, Jay Uso got the popularity. He got the crowd behind him. People want him to be on Roman's level, quote unquote, be seen as an equal. Why not make him a heavyweight champion? Like, that's one possible one. If you want to keep like Braun with the IC belt for now, I think Jay is the more seasoned main event player. He's been in the main event for the last few years, whether it's been as a tag team or as a singles. He's been there. He can. I think he can hold down the ship, and it probably add
And
more to their story with the bloodline, like some
it definitely
craziness.
would, because then Roman would feel like that may further delve into, like we said earlier, with Roman not wanting to or needing to apologize. Because say Jay does beat Gunther, Seth is gonna run that down Cody's ear. Seth's probably gonna mouth off to Roman should their paths cross again, and Roman will be like, ain't no one on my level."
Mm,
But I've often thought that maybe it might be to get Roman back to that level. Maybe have Jay beat Cody.
that'd be crazy too. I mean, yeah, I think Jay is one of the ones too. Like when I look at the grand scheme of things, he gets it. He knows how to make the people feel. Sometime, like right now, Damian Priest, he had a semi good run. Like he was impressive in the ring. He was starting to pick it up on the mic, but he was kind of like a work in progress. And Gunther, I feel like he should have went into this run established, and they got him doing different kind of like feelings. Like he's coming into this unsure about himself because he didn't pin people straight up because he's getting help from Finn. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a side of Gunther that I never really seen before, and it's kind of making his run a little bit weird. So I don't know with Gunther right now. Nah, it wouldn't
Yeah.
work. It has to be a heel or Roman to be Cody.
Well, why wouldn't Cody be the heel in that instance if it's Jay?
See, I think if it's Jay versus Cody, I would feel like Cody's more on leaning towards heel time. Like he's doing things to get Jay on the opposite side. I wouldn't see babyface versus like a babyface Jay just beating a babyface. That's kind of why I didn't enjoy Kevin Owens and Cody the first time. Cody was trying to push Kevin Owens to be bad when at that moment we was all loving Kevin Owens for helping
Hmm.
Cody and stuff like that. It didn't have that good feel to it, so yeah. Yeah, Cody would have to be totally heel for it to work. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with it. Yup.
Which I don't think we're far off from that. It's just we'll see where the Cody, KO, and Randy love triangle ends up.
hmm And this is what I was saying earlier. When's the last time we seen a heel Triple H? Like a remember when they was on the Authority time?
I was
Like
said
we
that would
have
have been it.
yeah, we haven't seen Authority Triple H kicking in a minute. We seen Paul Levesque. We seen more Paul Levesque. The post conference kicking off shows. Are you ready? Yeah, we've seen that. We haven't really seen on screen Authority Triple H in a while. And this could be something to help, like, cause him and Trips and Randy got that switch that they could at any time be savages. They need Cody to hit that switch.
And that's why I felt when earlier like it should Triple H give Cody the coveted sledgehammer, it's going to be when Cody turns on Randy. Because Randy's going to be like, I've been on that road. I've worked with him. Trust me, you're not going to like the way it ends up. And then Cody blasts with the sledgehammer, and KO continues the I told you so line.
It's I thought it sound kind of corny, but it probably like, you know what I'm saying? The corporate nightmare. You know what I'm saying? They might have some collaboration. If he could bring in, like, let's say Arn, like let's say if we get a collaboration of Trips and Cody with Arn, Randy, bruh, things might get a little unique there for Cody. Like it might be a refreshing. Like I might not want to see him
If you
drop the
give me
belt if he go heel like that. I'm gonna be honest. If Cody goes heel with On and Trips, I might not want to see him drop the belt. Yeah, that was slap Amethyst. I'm not gonna lie, cause before I wasn't opposed, but just seeing and respecting what Jay was able to do with the Intercontinental belt, how he's a big he's a big portion as to the Bloodline storyline too now. Like he's been a big portion. Roman obviously is the main eventer, but Jay is a main eventer in his own right, as he's been, like I said, for
if
tag
you were to
team
give
singles.
me Cody Rhodes, Shawn Spears, um, for sake of argument, Ricky Starks and Braun Breaker, that could be your new version of Evolution, or maybe even the Horsemen.
And look, I'm there with you. If Shawn Spears comes holding Cody Rhodes down, like I'm your chairman. Like he got people riding for him the same way Roman had people riding for him. I think that's what Cody's lacking right now.
And then you give him a heavy hitter like Braun Breaker,
Man,
or instead of Ricky Starks, let's see who could you throw in? Hmm. I don't think you probably. I think you just Spears, Cody, and Braun might be just enough.
it might be because you got the two well you got the well of knowledge between Arn Anderson and Trips there that it's like
I'll say Arn, even Triple H could substitute as like that Ric Flair elder role to where they're leading this faction.
hmm and that's the thing, amateurs, that this is the tricky slopes of the rumors that are said of Dwayne Johnson's schedule. Because what are the directions when he's not in the picture, and what's the directions when he is in the picture? They, in my opinion, they change. I don't know if to everybody else if they stay the same, but watching that documentary, I feel like once The Rock inserts himself in things, directions and paths get changed up.
Because he went full Vince on everything damn near.
Yeah, and I was surprised to see that. Like, but he again, what I said earlier, he did the right thing for the people. But how many times is he gonna do that before he be like, look, I don't got that many years to keep putting off this match.
But also like everyone's already accepted like that match with Roman doesn't need to be for any type of championship.
Right.
That match itself is the marquee.
But then the other portion of that is we don't want Cody holding the belt for too long. So what do we do with that?
Well, again, if you incorporate a heel Cody working with Triple H with his own nightmare faction or corporate nightmare, whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't be opposed to a lengthier reign, but you got to be very careful on how you do it. And it would definitely have legs to work. It's just how committed would you be to let it all pan out?
Right.
Because if that's the case, like I said, come SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series next year, or even Mania 42, That's when you could maybe have Cody Roman 3, and you'd have Cody as the heel, Roman as the unbridled babyface.
Mm.
Because, like I
Yeah,
said,
that's what I feel too.
from now until who knows when, this is I I would be shocked if we get Cody Roman 3 at this year's Mania, because I think it's way too soon, because there's so much more that Roman has to do before then. There's not enough time between now and Mania for all that to happen. I could see Cody versus Randy. I could see Cody versus Cena. Definitely Rock versus Roman. Maybe even Roman versus Cena. Who knows? But between now and Mania 42, this is going to be Roman Reigns climbing that personal mountain, reclaiming his throne, so to speak. Like I said, it's going to start with January 6th when he gets the Ulafala back. Then, like I said, while he's on Raw, he's going to handle some business with Drew, handle some business with Seth, then lead into The Rock, and then
Does he get the
after,
Ulafala back? I know. I
good
feel like
question.
he gonna beat Solo, but Solo is a slumber. Like I don't think they gonna just give it up. Like you know, like easy like that. Like Roman really gonna have to like
And
remember
again,
how he was trying to take it
we
on
get-
SmackDown and stuff like that.
yeah, where he's
Mhm.
had it in his hands and then got jumped afterwards.
Yep.
Like I said, that's what we could see an inclusion of The Rock. We could see the other elders being Rikishi and Haku appear. We could see some new debuting family members. But yeah, I mean that is a very valid question. Like, will Roman actually end up with the Ulafala?
That is a very good question.
Because again, what if there's a good chance the Rock appears in that? Again, I'm assuming this match is gonna be the main event. I'm gonna manifest it because again, that's the only match that
It has to
seems
be.
worthy of it. The guy versus his, I guess we can, for lack of a term, maybe his heir, so to speak.
No,
With,
I understand that amethyst, but what I'm saying is, let's say Roman wins the match, he gets the shit in his possession, but they still beat him up and take it back anyway.
like I said, Roman could appear, lay out Roman. Maybe we see Rock wear the Ulafala
Mm.
while holding the People's Championship, and he'll probably say something along the lines of, "I'm not the head of the table. I am the damn table."
Cause I feel like soloing though, like, well, let me see who it's Tongaloa that's injured, right? Jacob is good.
Jacob's good, just needs a little sensitive, but yeah, Tongaloa's out, and then Jim Uso's out. Tongaloa's gonna be out a lot longer than Jim Uso.
Mhm.
But Amethyst, like, just him being the high chief already, that's the whole purpose. Yes, he'd be the high chief. He could say he's the grand elder. But yeah, it'd be the person that Roman wants it so bad, and but Rock could say as the new elder. Yes, the old regime may have said you were worthy, earned it, but I'm saying that you are not worthy of this throne. I have decided you are not worthy of this throne. So maybe Rock versus Roman could be for the Ulafala potentially.
That'd be crazy. Winner take all. Olafile, the People's Championship, all on the line.
It would have to be.
Yeah, Jimmy gonna be back out there, just like getting his crutches, like Snake said. hitting on next week episode.
Hey, what happened to no spoilers?
we man, we've been blessed
Just
with the
because we know, it's okay. We don't got to be repeated.
we've been blessed. Roman could hold the Ulafala and have it back on the line. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they made family so important that I think family has overcome the championship. Like we said earlier, the championship don't got to be on the line, and the Ulafala or the People's Championship serve purpose. I just already read the spoilers. I'm screaming.
Because Rock's always said that the match with Roman, it's got to be bigger than just for a championship. And again, ain't nothing bigger than the throne.
Do you feel like after this, after like, let's just say if Rock versus Roman happens this year, does the Rock Final Boss still stick around on
Yes,
programming? Mm.
because of two people, actually three if you count what's going on this year. That's Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and John Cena. Four if you count Randy Orton because that's a match that's never happened before, one on
You
one.
you might even throw Seth in there, right?
You can easily throw Seth in there if he's truly coming back. I can see you got the rematch with Brock 20 years later. There's a lot for Rock to do if he's back, even part time. Hell, Rock could be Goldberg's retirement match for all we know. That wouldn't be too bad.
Do you think it's truly over for the Undertaker?
In what capacity?
No more matches out of him.
You think Rock and Taker one more time, or or Taker and Cena?
Rock and Taker.
That'd be an interesting one, but I think overall, I think unless it's just a one-off choke slam and bounce, I think Taker might be done.
Mm.
I would love to be wrong, but I think it's pretty safe to say. But you never know with the Saudi shows.
Yeah, WrestleMania season.
But I also like say again, even if it's not Rock, who would you put with Taker in a match that's not Bo Dallas?
Mm.
There lies the issue.
I mean, him and LA Knight probably because they have some, like I really enjoyed the LA Knight on the mic with him coming at him. Depending what version of Taker you giving me. If you giving me American Badass that could talk back and could like say some shit back to him.
But that's the
But if
thing.
you,
I feel that's a lose lose situation for LA Knight.
yeah, I'm gonna give you another one here that I might put on Carmelo Hayes. That smaller, athletic. Maybe Taker could catch him off of a springboard. 'Cause I feel like a little bit with CM Punk and AJ Styles, they wanted to recreate that magic of a Shawn Michaels athleticism, but with AJ they had the Boneyard match. It was too late, and CM Punk he just wasn't that athletic. He just wasn't that athletic as Shawn and AJ.
Yeah. Um. Again, depending on which Taker we see, you might have something there, but again, it's like I don't know because may, I think with Melo, maybe if Taker was probably at least 5 years younger, I'd be more willing to say yes to that.
Yeah, too much time may have passed now, right?
A lot of time has passed.
Yeah. I'll be thinking because like we having these conversations, which legends can, and it's seeming like in this day and age, 2024, like the styles or like the way that everything's sped up in the ring, we can't really put the legends out there like that no more.
Well, I mean,
We gotta be
again, we
real
just
selective.
I'm gonna say that it's just we gotta look to a different crop of legends because there's still, for example, the ECW contingent of Bully Ray, Rob Van Dam, Rhino, maybe a Shane Douglas. I mean, shit, Billy Gunn is a senior citizen, still moving better than most cruiserweights. There's still legends out there that probably could put on quality matches. It's just like I said, yes, there's certain folks the time has passed, but again, there's a whole separate layer over here that people aren't even looking towards. Even if they are, it's just they're not looking there enough.
Yeah, cause the first thought that always come to mind is like immediate WWE legends. Like hell,
And
it'd have
that's
been
and,
something
and
if
that's the thing.
Batista
And
could
that's the
come
thing.
up.
Like for those that we've seen over the last 20 plus years, who would constitute as a legend? Because think about it, in TNA, you got Santino Morella there, you got Dolph Ziggler there, Rhino was there for the longest time. You got the Hardys there. You got Brian Myers there, formerly Kurt Hawkins.
I
You
think if you
got
in your
Fandango
fifties, yo,
there. I can go
I
on and
think
on.
I think if you were 50 years old, you legendary.
Okay, PCO, Pierre
Hmm.
Carl Ouellet, former WWF guy. He's over there. I'm sure Hurricane's somewhere. I mean, Hurricane's probably an age of mine now, but still, I'm sure he can probably still go in the ring. Jamie Noble, Davari,
But are we asking them to get in the ring and do what though? Because
enhance the talent.
all right, cause
I'm
I
not
ain't gonna
asking
lie
for a
for
full on title
Gunther.
run, but
No, I'm with you there. Cause for Gunther, those are walkthrough matches. Like
but
we need
but
a
they
legend
be
with a name that's gonna
but
mean something.
I want to say they're walkthrough matches. I'd go as far as stating it it would be almost like a teacher giving a private lesson. It'd be almost like an exhibition to where Gunther's learning on the fly, and the folks that are in the back watching the match, they can probably pick apart from stuff that's similar to how they work, and then after the match, those same folks can work with the guys that are under Gunther to get them to that level, whether it
Hmm.
be on Raw, SmackDown, or even NXT. Not the days of old where The Rock would come back from a 5 year layoff, win the WWE Championship. Goldberg would come back after who knows how long, Beast being KO in 10 seconds. He's now the world Universal Champion. Not stuff like that.
Yeah, that shit bad. That's why I'm concerned with the Cena run. Like, if we know he's not going past, like, do we want to give him the fairy tale ending?
Now, again, in Cena's case, where like you said, the reason why he's retiring because he wants to retire while he can still pull on quality matches. So in his instance, he's probably that 1% exception to where if you were to give number 17, you can give him a lengthier reign while enhancing everyone else on the side at the same time.
Yeah, cause that's what I'm thinking about with Cena. Like, and with dimensions, not just of him. Like, I'm cool with the whole retirement. So it's the message of when we give him the belt, cause it's a road, and if WrestleMania is gonna be the like right now, he not gonna be a. I don't think he gonna be the main event at this WrestleMania. Like
Um, I can see a world in which that happens, where he main events one of the nights.
the last night, the last John Cena's last WrestleMania match.
But there's only a small handful of guys you got to give him, and that would either be Randy, Punk, or that's it
And that's what I'm saying.
for
We would
for
have
the
to,
for the belt.
yeah, we would have to play some Jenga right now. So like move some blocks around.
I want to see how to move some stuff around. It's just you'd have to commit to it right now, or at least plant some seeds right now. Now, granted, there's still the Rumble, there's still the Elimination Chamber, so certain pieces could fall into place that way. But if you want Cena to main event one of the nights of his final WrestleMania, there's only a small handful of people that you can put in there that would justify said main event.
Mm, it's gonna be interesting.
But for example, or you could have him open the show for said world title against maybe a Braun Breaker. But before that, how the hell are you gonna get the IC belt off of Braun?
Right.
There's definitely stuff you could do with him, but it's just I guess we'll start learning the steps in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, we know Cena will be in the Rumble match, and he will be in some capacity at the Elimination Chamber, and he will be in some capacity at Raw in a couple weeks.
So in 3 weeks, January 6th. Tomorrow
It's
will
gonna be
be
wild.
December 16th, Monday, and then it'll be two more Monday Raws on December. And the very first Monday Night Raw of January will be January 6th.
And the first SmackDown will be January 3rd.
Mm,
And there's been some rumors in the window that that show may be a little stacked themselves. So 2025 is going to be a wild year for several reasons. We've been stressing that all year this year, but as we inch closer and closer to it, it's becoming very much more apparent and very, very real.
yeah, I'm here for it. Saturday night main event was lit. I can't wait to see the aftermath on Monday. See what like where the stories are gonna take us from here. See what Tom and Drew gonna be on since he picked up the victory. Yeah, he's gonna be on timing.
How is Seth feeling knowing that Drew's laying out the bloodline single handedly?
Right. I just gotta put a smile on his face.
And again, we're gonna get more of Punk and Seth, and Punk telling Seth essentially, "Keep my name out your mouth."
Ooh wee. But yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. Is there anything else that we might have missed on the Saturday? I know we had every match, but any little promos, backstage segments we might have not covered?
Uh, well, a couple things. One, Rhea carried Io out from the ring, so if there's that, that's on video. And what I'm seeing right now, I guess, Punk's at one of his MMA events, and I think Peter Rosenberg asked him about a little tweet sent by one Adam Hangman Page.
Mm.
And I don't know if you saw that tweet, but something on the lines of, uh, I hope. the next person that steals my move set is actually kind of cool or something like that. So that was obviously a shot at Logan Paul,
I think you had
and
sent me that. I had seen that. Yeah.
I might have, but Punk
If you
was a
did,
little
let us know.
was very tongue in cheek about it, and he it was very in typical Punk fashion. It's like he was saying it without saying it, and he still has very how do I put this very real feelings towards the elite, or basically he's in his mind. Kenny's cool. Everyone else they can, where the sun don't shine.
I mean, this seems like from what I be seeing, whatever clips people be uploading to Kenny Omega speaking, he sounds defeated and trying to even like, you know, cover shit up anymore. And he's kind of like just keeping it a buck, just telling his truths. Like, fuck if people gonna get mad. This is what I went through. This is my life and experience of it. So,
Also, real quick, not to cut you off, I have breaking news from the UFC event today. The main event of Joaquin Buckley and Colby Covington was stopped due to doctor stoppage. Joe Buckley wins by TKO.
oh man, you said this might be Covington's last one.
Yeah,
Oof.
but I mean,
The stoppage is no
it's a
good.
pretty bad cut over the right eye. But you hate to see doctor stoppage. But back to what
Yeah,
you were saying.
man. What was we talking about before you said that?
Um, well, I was kind of tying in the stuff with Kenny
Oh
Omega
yeah,
and
yeah, that's right.
him
Yep.
basically expressing his what we believe is honest sentiments
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he
So
seems to be the only one from that side that was honest about how the infamous brawl out went down. And in his mind's like, yeah, tempers were flaring, shit, stuff went sideways, but I was trying to mediate the situation as opposed to causing trouble. And I guess I don't know if him and Punk have talked privately since then, maybe once or twice, but he was very much seemed like he was very much on board with rectifying that situation and
yeah,
having a
it's a
cooler head
small move.
prevailing.
Yeah, it's a small move because it's like he. It seems like Kenny Omega, he got the bigger picture in mind as to where seems like some of the talent that's in power, they just more worried about the fact that they built this and things got to go their way. Kenny seems like he's more open to the whole aspect of it, like and
He has it seems like he has a greater respect for not only the business side of it, but it's one of those like, are we really going to let this situation kind of define our tenure here and something that we're trying to build?
mhm.
And it seems like it's the latter because again, let's look at the timeline. Punk gets fired. The Bucks. I don't know if you saw that clip of them doing a victory lap in some venue. I forget where it was. And you fast forward to this year where they show the video of Punk pie facing Jack Perry. It's been downhill ever since. I
And the
guess
fact,
someone did the comparison from the the Dynamite show the week of Thanksgiving this year versus last year. It's a difference of almost of over 300,000 people, almost half the audience.
and it looked like them dudes outgrown each other. Like big part of why I used to love them, seeing they being the elite channel and the camaraderie they had amongst each other. I don't see that anymore.
No, that went out the way almost instantly because before, again, that YouTube show used to be very entertaining.
Yeah,
Even when you had Cody there, you had Hangman there for a little bit, Marty Skrull, Flip Gordon.
it felt like a vibe, like like they're peeling back the curtain. We never seen wrestlers like we never got to travel with them, so to speak, right? Like we in their vlogs, damn near. They putting on content. They
They
letting
looked
us
like
travel.
genuine friends enjoying their time together through the good, bad,
Yeah,
and the ugly.
yep. And now
And
even
then
when there's bad, we don't see them together no more. So it's that means it's really ugly, right? Like, damn.
yeah, and somewhere down the road, it seems obvious that we can identify which folks kind of fell off that beaten path. And they're I don't know if there is just if it's the money that's blinded them or the fact that they can say they own their own promotion, whatever the case may be. But it, it's a very fascinating fall from grace.
Yeah, and it's sad because it seems like from the outside looking in, and I can't just like believe everything I see without knowing facts, but just like you said, okay, Cody left. Kenny seems to be more on the out, whether it's willingly or being pushed, but it seems like he kind of don't even care about the position he has no more in the company. Like,
And he's taken ownership as saying like, "Hey, I'm probably the worst VP out of all of them because I care." And it's one of those things where again, folks can say all they want. They may have been put in a position to where it's unfamiliar territory to them, and you don't know how to act. I get that,
mm-hmm,
but even with Tony Khan, if the stage where you're feeling overwhelmed, you have accumulated some very legendary minds of the game that could very easily guide you through these learning curves, so to speak. That wasn't the case. In their mind, it's like, we did it, we have this power, we made it. In reality, it's like, no, yes, you guys did some stuff that was unheard of. You guys helped aid Japan in getting some American exposure, meeting New Japan. You guys got your merchandise in Hot Topic before WWE was even there, essentially,
mm-hmm.
and all this stuff happened or whatever, and then once AEW is confirmed, it's just you started coasting,
Really saw the culture for real.
and the amount of talent that wanted to come join your little escapade, if that's what we're going to call it, you guys essentially chose the indie folks that no one's ever heard of over genuine international world champions, whether it be FTR, Samoa Joe, Claudio to a degree, as far as the tag team champion. You had oh, who else did they have there at the time? Even with Mercedes nowadays coming from WWE, you had a former NWA Women's Champion Camille that's gone. Yes, now you have the Hurt Syndicate, which is trying. Will Ospreay is trying. Takeshita can be one of the guys. Swerve should be up there, but you're floundering. Look what you did to FTR.
Yeah, that's yeah. And it's like
You
they,
you you
you know what's sad
guys,
about FTR? They look like tryhards because it's like they trying to really recapture what AEW squandering for them.
and then
Like
you have
it's
you
crazy.
essentially have the Outrunners, which is practically the same gimmick.
We said Roman posted on X and Instagram. This is like right now after the PLE. I'm assuming so. I just we gotta ask for the chat to know what we talking about.
Hold on,
Keep them up to
I'm
brief.
going to his IG right now. Let's see what he's talking about.
Cause sometimes it sounds like I ask dumbass questions, but I have to as the host of the show so that we got everybody up to speed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so he's just this he's promoting the match against on Netflix with Solo.
I love it though. We don't get too many posts, so even if it's a
Yeah,
promotion,
yeah, yeah. So
it's
when the
gearing
Travel
up.
Team is on the
Yeah.
internet, Travel Team's on TikTok. I don't know if you guys know that as well. But when he posts something, we must acknowledge that because he don't do it very often. But back to the mess that is the promotion down in Tampa, Florida, or Jacksonville, excuse me,
Man,
where like I said for years, they should be here. They're down here, and it's all self inflicted.
it was after SmackDown. Thank you for informing us too, cause SmackDown we didn't get to do the recap. There's a lot going on, so it was after SmackDown. All right, cool.
And then, but yeah, with FTR, Outrunners basically has their gimmick. Um, with all due respect, if it wasn't for the FTR basically demanding the match with the children with the Briscoes, Tony Khan never would have gave them the time of day.
You know why the Outrunners to me, like, cause I think I'm a fan of theirs too. They got charisma.
They're very energetic, and it's
Yeah,
very refreshing because you can still tell that they look genuinely happy.
yeah, like, and FTR sometimes they look like, even when they were playing into that whole throwback gimmick they were doing, like these guys just do it better to be honest.
They are,
Yeah,
and again, a part of that, again, even Private Party, they've been AW since day one practically, and they've only just won their first set of gold.
I'm gonna be honest though, I see why. Like, I hear Zay talking on the mic, they not really ready to be like,
Well, they'd had a lot of stop and starts, and again, it
yeah,
could have been through injury bugs that happens. But when they first came on from Hog 5 years ago, it should have been them, FTR, the Acclaimed. Those are three guys. They're teams that should be vying for the tag titles, not the Bucks. Those were your three top tag teams. Yeah, you could. You also got something with Malachi Black and Brody King, but you never used them. You could have easily had the Briscoes. You chose not to use them because you're afraid of cancel culture. Hell, you
my
had Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt.
speaking of cancel culture,
Uh oh.
sh- nah, shout out to Jesse for the Damien line, not being afraid to go to the Damien line.
No hard feelings.
Mm-hmm. Man, cause I love how Pat McAfee tried to really clean it up. Like, oh yeah, your snakeskin jacket that was made out of a snake that died of natural causes, died in
Yeah,
your sleep.
dying in your sleep with natural causes.
And then Jesse's just like, well, I took Damien. This jacket, I called him Damien. I stole Jake the Snake's snake. I'm like, man, stole Jake Roberts' snake. I'm like, nah, this is too funny right here.
The beef is real.
Yeah, and Jesse giving that like you love when you feel like, do they know they can say these things? Like he just went in there just saying what he wanted. It felt like
But also, you gotta figure Jesse comes from that era to where unless the network tells you in advance, don't do this, nothing's off the table. Just
cor-
read the room.
correct. Oh man,
But
but
again, I gotta. You gotta have him pop up on a Netflix or something. Let him. He's one of the few that could easily test the waters for Netflix with whatever rating they have, and he'll still make it sound professional and politically correct.
I agree though, and I'd love to see him around.
Also, again, I need him and Karrion Cross to have a segment together because I don't know if I told you before. Karrion Cross has one hell of a Jesse Ventura impression.
I heard it. I
It, it
forgot what
is it
interview.
is spot on.
He
He
might
did
have
it
been
on
on
Chris
Van
Van Lee
Vliet.
before.
Van Vliet,
He's
yeah.
done it on Conan's podcast a few times. It is incredible.
Mhm. Man, but yeah, tonight definitely felt fun, refreshing. I can't wait for the next one. I hope it has this same feel. There's not nothing that they need to do better or take away. So if they go with this same format, or if they want to add stuff like I was mentioning earlier, maybe retro a different championship, I'm for that. If they don't want to, if they just want to retro that championship, no matter who holds it, whether it's, or what if, like they said, one night only, and the next time they bring it out, it's the Big Eagle, right? Or like I don't know what championships were defended on Saturday night's main event. I would have to go back and look for every historic, but whatever fits the bill and it makes sense, then I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to say before we close out?
I don't know how
Wow,
you're gonna
one
react
down,
to
four
this.
to go. Uh-oh.
Technically, it's 3 down, but who else on the list is my question.
Maybe he talking about from like just defeating him in the match, Sami Zayn.
Okay, possibly.
So he wants the one ons. He don't even care about.
And anyone that's working with Roman and or Solo potentially is on site.
Drew said one down, four to go. Maybe CM Punk again. Maybe when CM Punk thinks he's about to cash in his favor, Drew McIntyre is here to tell him, huh, remember what you did to me last year at WrestleMania?
Oh, funny that would be.
I don't know. I mean, it could be the diversion. He could probably be. I'm not worried about Punk,
But
but that is interesting. Just like mentioning, could it be like a little Easter egg right there with this? Mentioning something we don't know.
yeah, like I said, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, but you want to guess who pulled up at GCW today?
Who the?
Mister Learning Tree. Chris Jericho laid out Matt Cardona and Effie.
Mm, were they happy to see him there?
I mean, they're chanting Y2J, but yeah, Jericho got some shiny ass stiletto boots.
Mm,
But the thing was like once they saw the boots, folks kind of already knew who it was.
screamer. But yeah, I mean, so look forward to Monday, God willing. We gonna be back giving y'all that good old stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's do you know what's the marquee thing going on Monday?
The only thing that I know of is the next round of the women's IC tournament. I believe it's going to be Finn and JD versus Viking Raiders, and that's all I know so far off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, chat. Like I said, that's it right there. Wait for us on Monday to pull up. It's been a fun Saturday, so we're gonna ride. You know what I mean, ride off into the sunset off the hit. Hit that QR code right there. Take you to the song, man. Come on.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate, walk me out the arena, big smile, or handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the square. We got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. We got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate.